All good. Everybody good?
For your Thursday, we continue this record-breaking trend of hot temperatures right around 110 degrees for today. For tonight, we'll see those overnight lows dipping into the low 80s. For the Fox 10 Weather Experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Holiday hosting starts at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances, plus save an additional $75 on select cooking appliances, $899 or more. Valid through 10/16 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Sorry, what
Appliance
was
savings
canceled?
vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Calling all
Okay,
sports
thank you.
with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc.
Very loud.
In Iraq and need a
Get us
check?
out.
Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports.
Your life.
Well, Zach Gallen got on the white horse, rode into the stadium last night, pitched a gem, and the Snakes finally beat the San Francisco Giants. Also, we have football tonight. It is the Dallas Cowboys in New York, well, actually New Jersey, to play against the New York Football Giants. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD3, also on the iHeartRadio app. We are sequestered nicely here today, Manuch. We're in Tempe at the marketplace at Twin Peaks.
It is jam-packed,
It
loaded
is,
in here
man.
this afternoon. Folks, the weather getting a little hot, so they want to get away, get a lot of construction folks in here and pretty much getting out of the heat for a little while. Jimmy, it was 113 yesterday, give or take. It's supposed to be like 112 the next few days. I don't know what the deal is as far as that's going on. I think you might have jinxed us a little bit yesterday in reference to all that going on.
I'm telling you, look, it's going to be a warm 5 or 6 days, and we're not used to this at this time of the year. It should be about 90, 92,
Yeah,
93.
But I will
which
say
is
this,
great.
the guy that was hot, Zach Gallen.
He was hot.
Pardon me, Jimmy. He galloped to the mound last night and had a absolutely phenomenal performance last time when you watched him. And you mentioned it, Jimmy, the White Knight hopefully rescued this Diamondbacks team. 6 innings. They went 6 innings. A starter for the Diamondbacks went beyond 4 innings.
Woo-hoo!
5 innings, only 2 hits. He only gave up the 1 run, 11 Ks. And I believe half or 7 were somewhat like were breaking balls or change-ups or curves or sliders, whatever you want to call it. But I got to tell you what, man, that was really a key victory for this Diamondback team. They get, after San Fran gets 1 in the top of the second, they come back, get the 3, get a run in the 3rd, the 4th, and kind of break it over. And thank you, Pavin Smith. Stay hot, Pavin Smith, with 3 in the bottom of the 8th and win this game 8-2, pretty much going away. How about Pavin Smith? What a September.
He's had a really
this
good
guy
September.
is having right
Yes.
now. A lot of guys go up and down. He's been up and down, the last 2 years it seems.
Mm-hmm.
But every time he's been up with the Major League Ball Club, I think he's just done a phenomenal job. He is a true pro, Pavin Smith. He just pretty much, okay, I got to go down. They got to make room for me. I'm not going to pout. I'm going to go down, work on my game in AAA. He comes back, and I think the moral of the story is for a lot of ball players or even just athletes, just keep working at your craft because you never know when your number is going to be called and you come up to the Major League Ball Club or if you're a backup quarterback or whatever you are, just keep working hard. There's a lot of things beyond your control. And you watched Pavin Smith last night. I mean, he comes up and he's going to pitch hit and he hits a 3-run knock. I mean, just like that, he's ready to go. And those are the kind of players I think Torey Lovullo, when they go after guys, Mike Heason as a general manager, they go after guys that are team players. And when you look at the way that Torey manipulates the lineup, almost seems like every other day, doesn't it? He's got everybody ready to go. And there's a philosophy and a strategy to play these guys enough to where they stay sharp.
Reminds me of Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was the month of September.
Sure.
The day Pavin Smith will always remember.
Very good, Jimmy.
Because that was the month he hit dingers for the Diamondbacks.
He did. He is really playing very, very well. And it's also good to see Christian Walker get off the schneid, 2 for 5. Finally got off the schneid. Lourdes Gurriel, he looks good. Ketel Marte, not a great night, but he looks healthy around the base, second base. So, now you got the day off.
Yes.
Everybody can breathe, Grasshopper. What did Mr. Miyagi tell Donnie-san? Wax on, wax off. Get yourself ready for a very vital, highly important 3-game series as the Padres come into town.
Jax, do you know who Mr. Miyagi is?
Yes. Got it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just checking.
Who does it?
Okay.
Karate Kid is
I'm well aware of that.
folklore,
I'm just
man.
checking.
Okay. I mean, man,
because sometimes you go way back in the Wayback Machine. And so I just want to make sure that guys like Jax understand what you're talking about.
Well, he would know what the Kung Fu was going way back to Keith Carradine back in 75, 76.
No.
I mean,
so he wouldn't know grass.
No, he wouldn't know grass. He would know wax on, wax off. But
do you know wax on, wax off, Jax?
I've seen the movie, Jimmy. If I know who Mr. Miyagi is, I know what wax on, wax off is.
That's part of Jax's philosophy when he deals with us. Wax on, wax, breathe, Daniel-san.
At any rate, the Padres and Dodgers, that series continues, and then the Padres and the D-backs get together for the final games of the year.
Yeah, and you see the Dodgers beat the Padres last night. We'll get into that. Ohtani, another stolen base. Thinking about this team and this Dodgers team, and somewhat getting schooled a little bit the last few games. But you look at this Arizona Diamondback team, and with who the guys are that are basically take the bump. So if you look at the schedule, whether it's Padres schedule or if you look at the Diamondbacks, the one key though is waiting to see what happens with that doubleheader now, folks. For the Mets and the Braves, that'll be on Monday. So taking the mound for this Diamondback team will be Merrill Kelly, Jordan Montgomery.
Better hope Kelly doesn't cramp up.
Yeah, and then Erod. Those are your last 3 starters, and that's a good point too, Jimmy. I mean, you're going to need Merrill Kelly to do. Hey, look, hydrate, pickle juice, whatever.
He's got to do his.
You got to do your thing. You got to go. You got to give us at least 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And then for Montgomery, you got to give us 6 or 7 if you can, because this is the do or die series. I mean, it's all hands on deck. If a guy's got to go an extra inning to save the bullpen, then so be it. And then hopefully on Sunday, you got King going against Erod. That'll be a good matchup. But here's the matchup. The one that scares you, Jimmy, is Saturday with Darvish and Montgomery.
Yes.
I mean, you are on.
I'm not sold on Jordan Montgomery.
I don't know. I think any of us can be after the sample size we've seen with him this year. His 1-year deal, I'll just be very interested to see if Hazen goes ahead and re-signs him and says, look, we'll take a flyer on the guy, but maybe not for $25 million. Can he go through an entire spring training? Can he get his act together? I think we've seen enough of Jordan Montgomery for them to make a decision. He's had more than enough time to get ready to stay in shape.
Right.
He's gone through the ups and downs. I think we've only seen really a couple good games. Now, to his credit, the Milwaukee game on the road last week, they had an 8-3 lead. 8-zip lead.
Yes.
8-run lead.
Yes.
So,
and they end up losing.
They end up losing that 10-9 extra innings. But you look at the last group, basically Kelly, Montgomery, and Rodriguez with the day off today. Here we go. Playoff baseball starts as of tomorrow at 6:40 Arizona time.
All right, let's quickly get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day because it's going to deal with our next topic, which is the Cardinals and the Commanders this coming weekend. State 48 Roofing for a free quote, repair, or installation. Just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. Here's the question. Who will have the most yards in total offense on Sunday? Total offense on Sunday. We're talking about the 2 quarterbacks. 1, Kyler Murray. 2, Jaden Daniels. Just go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Cast your vote.
We got a double shot, Jimmy.
I know.
Second one there. This is just for you. Rock put this in there.
Just for me?
Just for Jimmy B. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Now that Caitlin Clark's season is over, will you still watch the WNBA? 2 options. Yes, no, and then he then he just tossed in an extra one for the heck of it. Definitely, I love the game.
Okay, so here's the current readings. Okay, we'll go first. Who will win the most who will have the most total yards in total offense on Sunday. Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Currently leading the pack, Kyler Murray at 62.5%, and then Jaden Daniels at 37.5%. And then as far as now that Caitlin Clark's season is over,
yes,
will you still watch the WNBA? Currently in the lead, like way in the lead. Is it yes? No? Definitely I love the WNBA. No, at 71.4%, followed with a tie of yes, or definitely I love the WNBA at 4.3%. She is the magnet, the draw.
Yep.
And I will just be very interested. I'll be very curious, as one Jimmy B would say, as to see what the numbers will look like moving forward without Caitlin Clark in the fold.
Now that she is, her team was eliminated last night. She played a great game, but they still lost. So the Indiana Fever are out. To this Sunday, Manuch, with the Commanders coming in. And now we reported yesterday, defensive line going to have a little bit of a shakeup there. Justin Jones not going to play.
Yeah, Justin Jones is not going to be. He's out for the rest of the year with the triceps injury. But Kelvin Beachum looks like he is going to be a go. Reported that he was practicing this afternoon. A question mark, which a little bit, I wouldn't say it's concerning. I think that he'll definitely go. Is that one Marvin Harrison Jr., MHJ, did not practice today. So that might be a little bit of hamstring tightness. You just hate to see that, these young guys already. So it's not reported what it is. I can only assume what it is. Trey McBride, questionable. Rumor had that I was out there. I don't know if he was practicing or not.
Okay.
They need Trey McBride.
They need him.
They need him.
Yes.
But they'll give him the baseline test. They give you a baseline test, the mental test, and then also a physical test. So I think by Friday or at the latest Saturday, they'll go through the procedures with Trey McBride. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is questionable. Kelvin Beachum questionable, but was practicing this afternoon, or I should say this morning.
Okay. Headlines presented by Twin Peaks and the big, fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. It's all poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light all season long. So right now, just text Peaks to 59925, and you can do it every day. That's Peaks to 59925. A chance to win an amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler, multiple cases of Cocoa 5, and $250 Twin Peaks gift card. And here's the best, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, logoed Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Once again, just text Peaks to 59925. Standard message. Data rates apply. Make the football season unforgettable at Twin Peaks. And today, getting ready for the Thursday night game, we are here in Tempe at Twin Peaks. All right, so when we come back, the sounds of the night. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
Ready for some football? Join our annual Pro Football Pick'em contest today. You could win $5,000 and amazing prizes from Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Don't miss out on the excitement. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Svoboda throws, intercepted by Fiaseu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
I can hear you guys, but no echo.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save...
the Labula one.
I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating.
Only pay for
Labula
at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
He goes out there, just pounds his own. I know he got given an early run, but got out of that first inning, and I thought there was a good rhythm to his stuff. And it was 11 strikeouts and just real dominant.
That's Torey Lavallo after the game last night talking about his star pitcher, Zach Gallen. Thank you to MLB Network for that clip. It is indeed our Sounds of the Night as we welcome you back here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jax is here, Jasmine back at the iHeartRadio studios. And we begin with Pavin Smith. And why not? Because the guy has had a terrific month of September, and when they needed it most, Pavin Smith as the pinch hitter. Here it is.
Pavin Smith hits a high fly ball deep to right field. Pavin has hit the splash down, and the Diamondbacks blow it open. Everybody out of the pool. Boy, he has had a tremendous month. Pavin started swinging a little more up on the ball, and the balls have been flying out ever since. That's his 9th of the year.
You know, you think about that, and you wonder what the adjustment was for him to start hitting home runs.
Right.
He's always been a good hitter, more of a line drive hitter. So they must have made that adjustment to get more of an uppercut into his swing, and because he doesn't strike out a lot.
No,
he doesn't. But I mean, he's always been a good contact hitter. When you think of Pavin Smith now hitting 278, and the key is his slugging percentage, guys, 564. So that's probably popped 20 points in this month of September. But you look at guys making the adjustments, getting a little more power, but you're just going to go, wait a second. Pavin Smith is going yard now with 9 home runs.
Yes.
And he's gone. That one there was a splashdown in the pool, but he's got opposite field.
Yep.
And I think when you look at this Diamondback lineup, you know, when you win a game 8-2, you got to give the hitting staff a good amount of credit as far as the adjustments they've made. They are the number 1 hitting team in all of in all of Major League Baseball when you think about it. And I think those are some of the things that you got to give a lot of credit to this coaching staff, the hitting staff, as far as the adjustments that they've had.
All right, so we continue on after the game. Zach Gallen, 11 strikeouts against the San Francisco Giants last night. It's an off day for the D-backs, and then they will entertain the San Diego Padres with the final few games of the regular season. Here is Zach Gallen on a chance about making the playoffs. Listen to this.
They're starting over fresh, and today it's with Zach Gallen on the mound.
And Torey Lovello said he's our ace, he's our number one, he's our Cy Young candidate, and they need a big-time start from Zach Gallen to avoid a sweep in the hands of these Giants, which would push the Diamondbacks for the moment outside the wild card race, looking in. And that's a good start. Goes to that curveball, gets his first strikeout.
It's kind of been his go-to pitch, especially in those 2 strike counts. Dropped it out there just below the strike zone on the outside corner. Good pitch from Zach that time to strike out Yaz.
Oh, Wade got fooled badly on that one, and Gallen has his second strikeout. Oh, Bailey waved at the curveball. 3 strikeouts for Gallen through the first 6. He's got a tongue of swing and miss.
Sorry, I play the right audio later.
Called strike 3, dotted the fastball.
Just play it back to back.
Went to the curveball for swing and miss, and Gallen has got 6 strikeouts. Right there, 95. He attacks with a 2-strike fastball.
30 seconds.
Strikeout number 7. Got him. 0-2. And another curveball and another strikeout. That's 9 for Gallen, who has retired 10 consecutive Giants. Swing and a miss on that
10.
ball. Gallen strikes out the side of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Gallen strands the 1-out double. 6 innings of 1 run.
So there you go. A great performance by the best pitcher on the staff. That, of course, is Zach Gallen. Manuch, an 11 strikeout night against the Giants.
Yeah, it was, and I think that's the performance they needed. You'd alluded to in the first segment. He's the White Knight. He came out there.
Yep.
He set the tone, and that's why he's your ace. Yeah, this guy comes in. They needed to win that game last night. I think he set the tone, gave up the 1 run in the first inning. Then he settled down, and I couldn't tell if it was a slider, a curveball, a changeup. I mean, half of those had to be on breaking balls or changes. But again, you look at the numbers, you look at what he did in reference to this game to set the tone, come out there and get things done. And the other thing we bemoaned about the fact, Jim, he goes 6 innings, only 97 pitches.
Yes.
So he was toward the top of his apex, that 100-pitch mark. But the 11 strikeouts and only the 2 walks, and Zach Gallen, a much-needed performance by Zach Gallen and this Diamondback team.
Okay, so Shohei Ohtani is just putting on an absolute clinic as far as playing Major League Baseball in the National League. Look, it's Aaron Judge in the American League, and it's Shohei Ohtani in the National League. And Ohtani, last night's game with the Dodgers, their win over the Pirates, he swipes his 56th base, which ties him with Ichiro Suzuki for the most stolen bases in a season by a Japanese-born player in Major League Baseball. Here's what it sounded like last night.
I mean, he's the best player on every team he's probably ever played on.
That's looking for insurance. There goes Ohtani. No throw, stolen base 56.
2 thumbs up. He's got it stolen right here, no doubt about it. How about the little the back step after he steals it, runs past. Noah's having some fun. Look at it.
And thank you to Sportsnet Los Angeles for that highlight, Manuch. He is must-watch TV.
Yeah, it's just amazing to watch him. And folks, for those of us that can, I think we're watching history. You know, I think if you go back to the annals of, maybe Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, a lot of us were very fortunate. For those that didn't have a chance to watch them, I think you're seeing a guy very, very similar in Shohei Ohtani. And as the years go on, he remains healthy. He'll have big numbers, and he might break all kinds of numbers in reference to what we saw in past eras. But the thing I'm curious to see, Jimmy, will he ever take the mound again? And what that means as far as a lot of his numbers
well,
are
he's
concerned.
been throwing. He has been throwing before the games begin, and they have shown highlights of him in the bullpen going through his throwing exercises, his routine. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, I'm not a guy who gives a rat's about the unwritten rules of Major League Baseball. Don't give a damn about them. Never have. Last night, there was a perfect game in progress, and Manuch and I will get into it in just a moment. But it was broken up by a bunt single. Thank you to Bally Sports, Ohio. Here it is.
It's a fifth different Cleveland pitcher on this bullpen night. Here's Tim Herron. Bunt try. Herron flip is late, and the perfecto spoiled on a bunt base hit by TJ Friedel. Go ahead and boo. It's still a game. It's 2-0.
I love this play. Friedel is the one guy on this roster that'll use it from time to time. You know, that's a weapon for him.
All right, Manuch. So Twitter, of course, or X, lit up big time. Oh, you can't do that. You got to swing away. Oh, just freaking bite me, will you, please?
Well, let me
it was the fifth pitcher. The fifth. It wasn't just one guy trying. It was the fifth pitcher.
Yeah, if they were, I mean, you got to think about it. They did pitching by committee last night.
They did.
They had guy. I think just one. The five guys had close to. It looks like the only guy that had more than an inning was Morgan. Had 2 innings. So suffice to say, if that was a pitcher, it's 7th inning. He's going. I would have heartburn somebody doing a bunt single on a perfect game.
It's the 7th inning. It's not the 9th.
I got it. We saw this with I remember this was the Diamondbacks. I don't know if it was Schilling or somebody had a perfect game going.
Okay.
And Davis, I think it was Ben Davis, the catcher for the Padres, laid down a bunt single, and the fans booed him. This one, I don't have heartburn because it's basically by committee. But if it was Walters who started the game for the Guardians, would have gotten into the 7th inning, 8th inning, or whatever like that, and you did a bunt single, you go, oh, man, swing the damn bat. Again, one of those unwritten rules. So in this one, I don't have the heartburn unless it was Walters going all the way into the 7th and 8th.
All right, hey, look, a bunt in the box score says single. That's all I care about. All right, Manuch, let's get to a little on this day.
Well, on this day in 2014, speaking of the Diamondbacks,
yes,
the D-backs continue their house cleaning. One day after naming Dave Stewart as the team's general manager,
1 minute,
they fire manager Kirk Gibson. The bench coach Alan Trammell at the time will complete the season as interim manager, even though he is also dismissed. His departure being the only effective at the end of the season. So when Dave Stewart came in, Kirk Gibson was out. Matter of fact, Kirk Gibson was the face of the Diamondbacks. So that was all happened on this day back in 2014.
And on this day is presented by our big football promotion this season. Kick off the football season, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. It's our fantastic tailgating giveaway. And all you have to do is just text Peaks to 59925 for a chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and a whole lot more. No purchase necessary. Make this football season unforgettable at Twin Peaks. Just text Peaks to 59925. Quick break. When we come back, ASU assistant head coach Charlie Ragle will be our guest. It's his weekly appearance, thank you to Crest Insurance, on the Sun Devil Report. We're hanging out today here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU and U of A men's basketball have their complete schedules for the upcoming season. After today's schedule announcement from the Big 12, the D-backs are off after getting a win against the Giants yesterday. They share the second wild card spot with the Mets at 88-71, heading into their final series of the regular season, starting tomorrow against the Padres. The Cowboys and Giants help to kick off the NFL weekend today. We'll have the coverage here on Fox Sports 910, the pregame at 4:45. The Cardinals return to the practice field to get ready for their Week 4 game against the Washington Commanders. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Attention, Arizona basketball fans. The ultimate Arizona basketball experience is coming to Desert Diamond Arena on October 11th. For the first time ever, the Red Blue Showcase is hitting the road. Join Arizona alum Richard Jefferson and ESPN's Kendrick Perkins as they host this epic event. Catch the team in action with a slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and scrimmage to finish the night. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see Arizona basketball up close. Visit Ticketmaster.com for tickets and details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Envision a stunning putting green or a flawless lawn. With Tempe Turf Installers, it's yours for just $5.50 per square foot. Enjoy up to a 16-year warranty and 2 years of labor coverage. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank.
Thank you, no problem.
Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of
Charlie's ready.
a cooler, and wild gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The Minnesota Lynx defeated the Phoenix Mercury 101-88 Wednesday to sweep the best-of-3 first-round series. Nafisa Collier had 42 in the game, tying a WNBA playoff record. She's the first player with back-to-back 35-point games in WNBA playoff history and the first player with 73-plus points in a two-game span in a WNBA postseason. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to CrestINS.com.
Always fun when we get a chance to get Charlie on the show. He's with us right now. He's probably calling us from the golf course or the pool since they get
or the recruiting trail.
Or the recruiting trail.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he could be since he gets the bye week. Charlie, I think that 4-0 looks really good, but I mean, you got to be somewhat pleased that you're 3-1. Is that a fair question?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, good afternoon. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. We'd obviously love to be 4-0. The fact is we didn't play good enough in any phase of the game, all three phases, special teams, offense, defense. We didn't play good enough to win that game, and we still had a chance, which is, if there's a silver lining we take from that. But, to sit here at 3-1 going into our first bye, I think that as we reflect back and do a lot of self-study, we're certainly pleased with where we're at. We're not satisfied, but we're certainly in a good spot right now.
Charlie, the slow starts the last couple of games, and I know you can't be playing at 90 miles an an hour every game or every moment of a game. But the slow starts, was that a concern for Kenny and your staff?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's something that Kenny's addressed with our guys. And, I think it's probably you get to the point where you're, a third of the season knocked out. Guys are a little bit tired. The short week was a little bit understandable, against Texas State again. But, to go to Texas Tech and not start as fast as we wanted, it was disappointing. We dug ourselves a 14-0 hole before we even started playing football. And, you just can't do that at this level of football, really at any level of football. And so, yeah, it is. And we have to, we've addressed it, and we have to counter that. And the good news is next Saturday we're going to be playing at home, which will give us a little bit extra juice. And so hopefully we can start this thing and get back where we know we can play at.
Coach, it's always interesting because coaches will say, look, when you win a game, it's not always as good as it was. When you lose a game, it's not always as bad as it looked. So this game, you take the good, the bad, and the indifferent. What do you learn from a loss against Texas Tech there in Lubbock?
Well, I think, you touched on it. We've got to start out quicker. We got to get back to doing some of the little things that we did at a high level. Again, I think the one thing, as I mentioned earlier, is we didn't play very good in any phase. And we were a one-score. We were in the game at the very end, had a chance to win it, So it's just cleaning up. You can't make mistakes. Mistakes, they kill you. Coach Dillingham is preached smart and tough with this football team. And for, most of the season we've been that. In Lubbock, we were not, just calling it from my point of view from the special teams world. You can't have two kickoffs that go out of bounds and give you 15-yard penalties. You can't do that and let those guys start at the 35. You can't get a late hit on a kickoff return that goes into the end zone. That's 3 penalties on special teams. You can't do those things and expect to win football games. So we got to get back to playing Sun Devil football, which has been smart and tough for most of the season. And I think if we do that, we're going to win a bunch more football games.
Thank you to Crest Insurance Group for the opportunity to have this conversation with ASU assistant head coach Charlie Regal. All right, are you afraid at all that you might be running Cam Scattaboo into the ground? Is that something that you guys would have talked about during this bye week?
No, I don't think afraid is the right word. I think that, Cam is a workhorse. I think that we have some of those running backs. We have some really good depth at the position. We've had a little bit of injuries and things, but I would expect that to recorrect itself and that some of those guys are going to be available as we get going here in the next couple of weeks, Kansas and moving forward. So I hope not. I don't think we are, and I don't think he feels that way. I think that they got ample rest this week, and I would expect a fresh football team and a Cam Scattaboo on Saturday, next Saturday against Kansas.
Yeah, Coach, watching him last year, to me, no problem. His endurance, his resiliency, you ran the hell out of him last year, and I expect much of the same. It's just a matter of how much, I think what I heard Kenny saying in the postgame on the radio, how much they're keying on him and what the other alternatives are in developing the offense.
I think that's spot on. I think that's just spot on there. I think we got to be able to throw the ball, and when you look, at the end of the day, how are you gonna stop the run? You got to get an extra hat in the box, right? So you're always trying to get it. When you're drawing it on the whiteboard, you got to get an extra hat so that you can make the play. And if they put an extra hat in the box, you got to be able to win one-on-ones in the throw game, and that's the reality of it. It's the chess match, and we've got to be able to complete some passes, win some one-on-ones in the routes outside, and I think we will do that. I think we're developing that, and I think that's coming, and we're going to be just fine.
Coach, I'm real curious. The players get a couple of days off before they get back into it and get ready for next week, as you just referenced against Kansas. I don't think coaches, though, get much of a time off. How much film have you dove into so far right now?
Well, that's a very good point. You want to make a call to Kenny and see if we can steal extra time. You know what? We've spent some time, obviously watching Kansas this week, but we've also spent a lot of time looking at the first third of the season and reflecting on what we can do better. Self-scouting. Yeah. And obviously we would be lying if we hadn't said we'd taken an early peek at Kansas. we're all heading out to different places to recruit tomorrow. And then we will actually, the coaching staff, we will get Saturday off, and we will spend that time very wisely. And then we're back at it Sunday, getting ready to go into game week for Kansas.
And Coach, and talking about that self-scouting so people know, and looking back, as you mentioned, your first 4 games, and then applying what corrections or what you do too much of or not enough of, looking at KU, are you already game planning for that KU game coming up in a week and a half?
Look at you.
It's hard for me.
We can get it out of you sooner or later.
Yep, you got it. Charlie, I bleed purple, so I'm just saying here.
It's hard for you to even announce those words out of your mouth, isn't it?
Extremely correct.
You know what? We have, we've looked at them, we've looked at ourselves, and then where's the happy medium on a bye week?
Yeah.
They've got another game to play, so we'll watch that on Saturday, them playing TCU at home. And then we'll, again, they've played, multiple games, so then we'll add that to the collection of games and then finalize what we're going to do, for the game plan.
And with that being said, is this a good time for a bye week? Because I know a lot of coaches, if they're on a roll, they're like, oh, man, we got to take a bye. Or there's teams that need to adjust. You guys are 3-1, as Jimmy said. Is this a good time for this team to have a bye?
I think it is. I think, you guys alluded to, looking at, again, Texas State, a little bit different animal playing on Thursday. Texas Tech not starting as fast. I think getting our legs back under us. I actually think our schedule plays out really nice in the sense that now we're coming off this bye. We've got 2 home games and then a road game at Cincinnati, 3 more games and then another bye. And then, we have a 5-week, hard, tough challenge of 5 in a row in the month of November. But you know what they say, the games to remember are always played in November. So I think it pairs up well for us. And I'm excited about where we're going and how we're approaching this thing.
And Coach, you know me, I got to give the proverbial ask on your quarterback, Sam Levitt, the young man, I think is really handling things very well, taking care of the ball and making plays when he has to. But as far as the first 4 games, how's the eval on your young quarterback, Sam Levitt?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you're judged by wins and losses, real or not. You know what I mean? Like, sure. He's 3-1 as a starter, and does he have things that he needs to improve on? Absolutely. But I think, obviously he gets the most, observations and critiques because that's what the position comes with. I think he's developing, and I think Marcus has got him pushing and grinding in the right direction. I'm very confident in what Sam brings to this football team and what he's going to help us do in the, back half of the season and in the future of this program. So I feel like he's done a nice job. And he certainly knows the things that he has to get better on. But again, when it's all said and done, like I told you guys last week, there is no style points. 3-1 is 3-1. I hope that we sit here on the next bye and we're somewhere with 2 or 3 more wins under our belt. And I think if that's the case, everybody's going to be happy.
Get back in that film room, Coach. I know that's where you're headed after you just got done doing this interview. We appreciate you as always, Charlie. Have a good weekend.
Hey. Likewise, and I promise you this, I'm not going to be in the film room after I hang up this phone. You guys take care and go Devils!
There you go. Charlie Rangel. That's awesome. Assistant head coach for ASU, and he is presented by the Crest Insurance Group as they always support the Sun Devils. Crest Insurance Group offering personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for all clients across all markets. Just check out CrestINS.com. That's CrestINS.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we continue here at Twin Peaks in Tempe, and it is our underdog picks for the weekend. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group's Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check?
Okay, I got it.
Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football
returns
to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Swoboda throws, intercepted by Fiasayu. Cyrus Fiasayu.
Do you need Roc's underdog picks?
Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiasayu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Attention Nebraska and Arizona fans. Catch every thrilling game at Arena Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food, drinks, and the ultimate game day atmosphere with fellow fans. Don't miss a single play. Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5, active hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed,
do you need
Roc's talented candidates to find it,
underdog
which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Your life?
Dogs out! Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out here, Tempe, Twin Peaks. We're here till 4 o'clock, and they have a big night tonight because it is NFL football. It is the Cowboys and the Giants from New Jersey, the Meadowlands, just outside of Manhattan, New York City. All right, so we do our dog picks always at this time. Jax, get everybody up to date on where we are.
Yeah, looking at the underdog picks right now, I think I know why Roc's showing up late is because he doesn't want to show up for this segment because he's 1-3. He was our only loser last week. He was
our only what?
Only loser with Miguel. Georgia Tech plus 10.5. That did not hit against Louisville. Manuch 4-0. Illinois plus 7.5 against Nebraska. They won outright. Jimmy B plus 6.5. He had at BYU. Against Kansas State, they won outright. Yeah, that's what I said. BYU beat Kansas State plus 6.5 covered
young man
very easily. And then I had Bowling Green plus 22.5 at Texas A&M, and that hit as well. So the standings are as follows: Manuch 4-0, myself and Jimmy B 3-1, and Roc is 1-3.
What is Roc again?
1-3.
He was a loser.
1 win, 3 losses.
Who's a loser too?
To myself, you, and Jimmy B.
All right, so we'll get to our underdog selections right now. As Jax mentioned, Rock not here because he didn't want to be here for this particular segment. So he did, however, give me his selection. So here we go. Hit it, Jasmine.
Let's start with the guy who grew up playing tennis, and his dog Guinness beat him last year in the fan pickup.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
Rock, you got a lock?
All right, here we go. Maybe I'll bring him luck. I don't know because I did not make this selection.
Well, it won't hurt.
No, it won't. It is.
What is he again, Jackson? What is Rock?
1-3.
Okay.
And who did he lose to last week?
Myself, you, and Jimmy B.
Okay. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Rock has Oregon at UCLA. The Bruins getting 25.5. At home, getting 25.5 against the Ducks. He is taking UCLA.
I mean, think about how far the mighty have fallen. UCLA. Who's the head coach of UCLA, Jax? I can't even think who the hell the head coach.
It's Sean Foster. It was the guy that stuttered at the Big Ten Media Day.
Oh, okay.
The former defensive coordinator. They decided to hire with him. But I mean, UCLA. They gave LSU some tough. 3 quarters, and then LSU kind of went away there. Interesting pick here from Rock.
Yeah, that's a big nut. That's a big nut. All right, Jax, let me have it from Manuch.
Manuch, you played the game, so this should be a no-brainer. You're all my dogs. Give us your dog of the week.
All right, before I give my dog, what am I right now, Jax?
4-0.
Okay, so who's leading the dog picks? Did you?
I would think that'd be you.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, now my dog is. I became a firm believer in BYU just dismantling my K-State Cats. That's all I can put it. What an embarrassment. They're going to go into Baylor, but they're going to get 3.5.
Yes.
In this game, and Baylor's. I mean,
they're
Colorado,
pretty good. They're pretty good.
As a matter of fact, I felt they had Colorado on the ropes.
They did.
They should have won that game if not for a Hail Mary.
Yep.
But BYU's plus 3.5 at Baylor. So that's my dog.
All right, it is time for me then to step up to the plate. Jax, what am I again?
3-1.
3-1.
Do I got to repeat this? Are you guys that old? You guys can't hear me? I said this over and over again.
And where is Rock?
1-3.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna get an ass whooping once he gets here. The more you guys tell me to repeat his record.
It's okay. We got your back, man.
Thank you.
All right, Jasmine, fire it off.
Finally, he's not Jimmy the Greek, but he's been calling the game for over 40 years.
What about the dogs? What about the dogs?
Jimmy B, what's your underdog pick of the week?
Well, I'm going to go with the Illinois Fighting Illini. They are on the road at Penn State. Look, Penn State is undefeated. They're at home. They're playing solid football, but they're not playing great football. Bowling Green took Penn State to the mat before the Nittany Lions pulled away with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Fighting Illini went on the road to Nebraska, won that game outright. I still think Penn State wins this game, but I think Illinois keeps it within that 19.5. My dog, Illinois at Penn State.
And Jax, I made he and Rock believers in Illinois last week, and nobody would take. Oh, you're crazy, Manucci. They were my dog. Would they beat Nebraska outright, Jimmy?
Yes.
Are you a believer now?
I am now.
So you're jumping on the Illinois bandwagon.
So you're jumping on the BYU bandwagon that I selected.
Damn right.
All right,
Yeah,
see, there you go.
Yeah, the Illinois one's interesting because 19.5 is a lot of points.
Yeah.
The nighttime, though, I think definitely adds a couple points here, but that was a good pick there, Jimmy B.
Thank you, brother.
19.5 is a ton with a good Illinois team. All right, I'm going to go Arkansas +4 against Texas A&M. Originally, when I saw this line, I thought the game was at Texas A&M, and then I remembered Arkansas and Texas A&M play at AT&T Stadium every year. Arkansas is the number 16th rushing offense in the country. They average over 250 rushing yards per game. Texas A&M struggles to defend the run. They usually give up anywhere between 150 to 200 yards per game. So give me Arkansas to cover. I like the running attack, and they're on a hot streak right now. If they can be 4-1, make some noise in the
Let's quickly do football at 50. What do you got, Manu?
You look at this Cowboy-Giants game tonight, and to your point a little bit, Jax, it's interesting that the Dallas is -5.5 on the road as bad as they played. So last week's win by the Giants over Cleveland in Cleveland, is that an anomaly? Is that something that you look at and go, okay, Deshaun Watson not playing really good? I mean, how do you lose to the Giants? They come into your own backyard.
They played well.
And they played very well. So in this one, I mean, I hope the Giants beat them, I don't know, 75-2. Can't stand the Cowboys, just so you know, folks.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, this is one of those games. The Cowboys have got to get their ship upright. They have to. You talk about must-win games early in the season. They go 1-3 in the NFC East. You're going to see the Philadelphia Eagles start to get on cruise control. And then on top of that, if the Commanders beat the Cardinals, they're 2-1.
Yep.
3-1 on that situation.
Yep.
So think about that. And then the Giants, I think Daboll and his staff are playing for their jobs right now.
Agree.
And I think that this is a game that'll be down to the wire. I think the Cowboys win it, but it's going to be a close game.
All right.
Nip and tuck.
Football at 50, presented by Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. We are hanging out today here in Tempe, and we'll be here until 4 o'clock. Don't forget, sign up for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em Contest. Brunch and bets every Saturday and Sunday. If you bet $250 on a parlay or more, you get a $25 food and beverage card. It's at DraftKings. Monday, for every touchdown scored, lucky winner will win a $100 NFL shop gift card. Tuesday night, neighbor night, we've got a special menu. Plus, we host Learn to Bet classes, and sign up. You can do it on the website. Wednesday night, video game night. Join us and play the video game of the week to compete for cash prizes. And on Friday, join us for the bonus bet giveaways and happy hour specials
20
until we close. That is at DraftKings. All right, hour number 2 coming up when we come back here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game.
I need to step up for a minute.
Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show, presented by Pigs. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
TD, Tutty, in for 6. Touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. We don't care how they score them. We want to bet on touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like picking a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the Sportsbook app and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in the rinse change. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Backs are off today after getting that much-needed win against the Giants. Arizona shares the second wild card spot with the Mets heading into their final series of the regular season. That starts tomorrow against the Padres. Arizona State and Arizona men's basketball have their complete schedules for the 24-25 season after today's schedule announcement from the Big 12. Week 4 of the NFL gets started today with the Giants and the Cowboys set to battle. We'll have all the action here on Fox Sports 910 starting at 4:45. The Cardinals back on the practice field getting ready for this weekend's game against the Commanders. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, we continue this record-breaking trend of hot temperatures right around 110 degrees for today. For tonight, we'll see those overnight lows dipping into the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your go-to destination for nonstop entertainment. Play for fun and play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void or prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900.
Your life.
Online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We rolled till 4 o'clock, hanging out today in Tempe at Twin Peaks. Great crowd on hand, and we have NFL football tonight, Dallas against New York. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can watch all of the action and party your little butt off here at Twin Peaks, enjoying the NFL. Hey, how about this deal, okay? Because baseball fans, look what we have for you. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the 12th annual Mexican Baseball Fiesta at Camelback Ranch in Glendale this Sunday. Now, you can win tickets for this exciting doubleheader. It's featuring 4 premier teams from the Mexican Winter Baseball League, plus amazing musical performances and, of course, authentic Mexican food vendors and so much more. And we have teamed up with The Taco Spot. That's right, The Taco Spot. When you're talking tacos, you got to talk about The Taco Spot. Now, with 12 locations in the Valley. And for your chance to win, right around the 3 o'clock hour, we will open up the phone lines, and you will indeed have a chance to snag those tickets for the weekend. One ticket gets you entry into both games and the post-game entertainment. Once again, thanks to The Taco Spot, tacos to talk about. All right, Manuch, so the White Knight rode in on his stallion last night.
Did he ever?
Zach Gallen was terrific for the Diamondbacks. 11 strikeouts, and they get the much-needed win over the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, aside from just the one run in the top of the second inning, I mean, he was money. I mean, the only basically you got the double by Fitzgerald. Conforto scores, but I think the one thing you saw was complete command by when you watched Zach Gallen the 6 innings. He went 6 innings. Let me say that again. A starter for the Diamondbacks, as the facetiousness oozes out of my voice, Jimmy.
Yes.
Went beyond a 4th inning or a 5th inning, because you looked at Montgomery when he went 4 2/3. Merrill Kelly, because of cramps, only went 5 in his last outing. But Zach Gallen, a much needed 6 innings, only threw 97 pitches, which is about getting close to his I guess the top of the apex for him. But only gave up the 2 hits, the 1 run. 11 Ks and only 2 walks on the game. So for a guy to step up, your ace, to step up and was in dire need after losing twice, and stopping the skid by this Diamondback team was very well needed. Martinez came in. That kid, you know what? You said this about 2 weeks ago. You don't know what you're going to get out of this kid.
That's correct.
He's either on or he's not.
Yeah.
He goes an inning and a third, but he gives up 3 hits. And Lavella goes, I got to go to Puck, get him in there. So he goes the full inning. But Martinez, the kid can just bring it. He's erratic. He walked, gave up the 3 hits, gave up the 1 run, had the 2 strikeouts. That's not a problem. But I think if this kid could just slow it down a little bit, get himself under control. There's a lot of guys I can think of over the years that they can bring it, but just need to settle down or maybe just gear down. But Puck comes in, Ginkel comes in. Hey, you got an 8-2 lead. He comes in there and goes 2/3 of an inning. And this Diamondback team hopefully is back on track. And you're going to basically, as you move forward with this team and you take a look at, okay, where are they going to go from here? Well, we'll tell you. They got the day off today. You got the Padres. That's right. The Padres coming in for 3. You got Merrill Kelly taking the mound tomorrow night. And how would I put this? A lot of folks will be on pins and needles when basically you look at the scenario that's moving forward. Now, what has changed is that Rodriguez, Erod, has been moved. It was going to be Montgomery.
It was.
They have made the change, folks, because in the first hour, we were talking about Montgomery getting the bump.
That is correct.
They've changed it. Erod's going to be moved up, and Brandon Pfaadt is now going to take the mound on Sunday. I like this move.
What does that tell you that I've been screaming about?
The confidence.
No, I have no confidence in Jordan Montgomery.
And it's interesting because an hour ago, it was Montgomery. We were like, oh, my God, trepidation abounds.
Yep.
With all Diamondback fans. So I'm glad they made this move. Merrill Kelly tomorrow night. Erod taking the mound on Saturday. And on Sunday, which could be determined whether they make the playoffs or not. I think if they get 2 out of 3, they're in. You got Brandon Pfaadt. But Hugh Darvish and Erod going at it on Saturday.
That'll be fun.
That's going to be must-watch baseball at 5:10 on Saturday.
And just remember that we really don't know the outcome yet of the National League wild card. Because of Helene, the hurricane, it's blowing right through the middle of Atlanta, Georgia. And so the Mets and the Braves they have exited the city, and they will play on Monday a doubleheader. And that pretty much then, I believe, will determine who's in and who's out for the final wild card spot.
Yeah, that's true. Padres already in.
They're in.
And so now you look at that. And matter of fact, that they were talking about this last night. So if it comes down to Monday, the doubleheader, as you alluded to, Jimmy, the Diamondbacks are going to work out. Their plan is to go ahead and work out on Monday.
Okay.
And hopefully they get in, and either they're going to go take on the Mets, or they're going to basically go take on pretty much the winner of the Dodgers. It'll be one or the other as far as that's concerned. So that last spot is so key. I mean, you talk about razor thin right now. And if it comes down to that, I guess the plane has got directions to go either way, depending where they head.
They have 2 different flight plans.
2 different flight plans. So Padres are in, and then the Mets and Diamondbacks, also the Braves. You got to remember the Braves are right there as well, too, with these last 3 games to go. So, folks, hold on to your seats. This is what Major League Baseball wanted. I think fans love it. Because if you're the Braves right now, you have a chance to sneak in the back door.
Yep.
And I think for a lot of baseball fans in general, adding that last or that extra wild card spot has made this very interesting going into the weekend.
Manuch, there is football this weekend. The Commanders in town against the Cardinals. It's a very good matchup, but if you would have told me that the Commanders had a better record than the Cardinals when we got to this game, I would have laughed at you. But they are 2-1, and the Cardinals are 1-2.
And aside from the Tampa Bay game, their first game of the season, where they got blown out, this team, you win, and especially the Bengals game.
Yeah.
I mean, watching that Bengals game and watching this team, the way that they came out, and they set the tone on the road, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Now think about that. They
went right after Cincinnati.
They did, and say what you want about Cliff Kingsbury's offense. It's a very simple. You can call it college. I think Coach Taylor, the Bengals, call it a very good, solid college offense for Jaden Daniels. Yeah. But you know what?
And it works.
It works because you barely beat the Giants 21-18, and you improved. You came out there in this college offense that former Cardinal quarterback coach Cliff Kingsbury threw out there. Jaden Daniels is very comfortable with. It's very similar to what he did at LSU.
Right.
So the comfort level about getting the ball to the receivers, the quick passing game, a lot of bubble screens, a lot of slants, a lot of quick outs. But on top of it, folks, he can take the ball deep. We saw the one touchdown to McLaurin on the right side, and then the other deep throw for a touchdown for big play in that first half. They can pump the ball down the field. Jaden Daniels has got that kind of an arm. So you come in here at 2-1 to take on the Cardinals, who are 1-2. Who would have thunk that script would be flipped? So it's going to be a very interesting game from how they manage the game. And I got to believe Cliff Kingsbury will be very motivated to get this, hopefully, this quick hitting offense going. It's just going to be very key to see how this defense reacts to what they saw in the Cincinnati game.
The Giants and Cowboys tonight, Manuch. You got a feeling on this game? Look, I know that you dislike the Cowboys and you would like New York to beat them. In the fan pick'em, I picked the upset. I'm taking the Giants, and you're saying, well, you dumbass, why did you do that? Well, because they're coming off a win at Cleveland, and they played pretty well. And so I just think if Dallas gets behind in this game, all hell's going to break loose.
It's interesting you bring that up, Jimmy. I bantered with myself and debated with myself. You should hear me in my office when I'm doing this.
I bet.
There's no way. I think Dallas wins this. I took the Cowboys.
Okay.
I did. I think that reality sets in. I think whatever heart-to-hearts they had in that locker room, you saw this team and you saw chatter on the sideline. You saw a lot of things from there. But I like the Cowboys to win this game. They're favored by 5.5 going into New York. I mean, the Giants, okay, they win last week in Cleveland. They played a very good game.
They did.
But I just think the Cowboys have just got too much talent. It's just their secondary, I think, that if Danny Dimes can take advantage of it, you're going to see it. But Dak Prescott, he's doing his thing. Got over close to 900 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns. But I think
Daniel Jones and Roma Dunze are going to have something to say.
Malik Neighbors.
In this. I'm sorry, Malik. Yes, thank you. Where's a Dunze with the Jets?
Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I got him confused. Thank you, Jax. I just think that Neighbors and Daniel Jones are finally, figuring out what they want to do.
Well, and that's going to be the rub. It's going to secondary handle that. So I think with the pass rush, I mean, you watched these pass rushers get all over Danny Dimes last year. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be the effect. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, and I think that they're going to maybe discard some of that, double up on Malik Neighbors. So I got the Cowboys winning this game. Not that it's going away because they still got a few issues on that offense, and they got many issues on their defense that they've got to take care of.
And you can watch it right here at Twin Peaks. It's on Amazon tonight. They will indeed have it on all of the TVs at any of the 5 Twin Peaks. And our headlines presented by Twin Peaks. It's all powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. And right now you can text Peaks to 59925, and you can do it every day. An opportunity to win an amazing grand prize. Here it is. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler, multiple cases of Cocoa 5, $250 Twin Peaks gift card, and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B logoed Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Standard message, data rate supply. Right now, just text Peaks to 59925. Make it an unforgettable football season at Twin Peaks. When we come back, college football. Oh, there are some terrific college games on Saturday, particularly number 2 Georgia at number 4 Alabama. We're going to get into all of it. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Got a burning urge to pick games each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank. Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Swoboda throws, intercepted by Fiaseu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Hey, pet parents! With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live.
You're live?
Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, hanging out here in Tempe at Twin Peaks. Don't forget NFL football tonight. It's on Amazon. They will have the game. Come on out, enjoy, and have a great time. Let me just say this. Our captain has arrived here at Twin Peaks after a stellar day on the golf course.
Kind of.
Okay.
Finished second.
Woo!
Yeah, we finished second in this golf tournament, right?
Yeah.
And what's frustrating about it is, you wait around and they're going to do the prizes and all that. And you figure it was all automated, so we knew we finished second.
Oh, okay.
And I played with Frank Sanders.
Okay.
Steve Stevens, owner of Arena, and another buddy, Aaron Lee. And what was frustrating is we didn't know there were mulligans to buy. So we could have had 8 mulligans to buy. And I brought in ringers. Let's just be honest. I mean, Frank's a good player.
Frank's a stick.
Aaron, I think, is a +2.
Oh, wow.
Steve, I don't know, he's probably a 5 or 6, and I'm like a 14, 15, right?
Man.
So we finished second with no mulligans, -15.
Damn.
And that's
damn good.
Strictly, and we got invited to play. There was no charity. So it's like you're not going to move, the ball around. You're not going to, fiddle around with it. You're not going to cheat,
Right,
Whereas
no.
if it's a drinking thing, these guys just cheat, right?
You mean there's cheating that goes on?
Man, I got a great idea about that.
Yeah.
So we get done and we see on the scorecard or on the app that we finished second. So I'm like, all right, I'll stick around, have lunch,
Sure.
Say hi, shake some hands. We donated some tickets from the show,
Awesome.
everything like that.
Awesome.
And I'm like, I'm assuming. So I sit around, and all of a sudden, I mean, they're still doing raffles now. So I got out of there. We played Raven, great course, by the way, in good shape. So they do third place, no prize. Then they announce our names, and we win second. And it was just, clap. And I'm like,
thanks for showing up.
And I've been running golf tournaments, as Manuch knows, for 25 years.
Yes.
You do a first, you do a second, you do a third, and you do a last.
Yes.
And that's how you do it. You always do last.
You always do a
and
last.
I'll do group. I'll get a group lesson. I'll get pickleball. I'll do, I'll give this bowling.
Go play another sport for that last place group.
So it's kind of frustrating on that. So it's ironic that today I get a TikTok sent to me about a way to get around scrambles to avoid people that cheat. So what you do is when you're all done, you get the top 3 teams and you do a playoff hole. You play the hole together, all 3 of you, or if it's 2 foursomes, but maybe you can make it work.
Sure,
it's best ball anyway. It's a scramble,
right? Scramble.
So you have 3. You tee off, then you go from there, right? That would be a way to make these tournaments fair, because people cheat. Now, I didn't see who won first. Literally, they said my name, and I ran out the door. So I'm like, I got to get to Tempe. So I'm like, and by the way, I was in your hood.
Yes, you were.
You could buy drugs down there. There's prostitution. I haven't been down to South Phoenix in a long time. I did see your brand new Dairy Queen.
Thank you.
So I know your Dairy Queen.
There. And
Filiberto's. Didn't see that.
Gallagher's is right there.
Gallagher's been there for a long time.
Yes,
That's been one of our partners.
So now you know why I moved down there, Rock. Down there.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
It's a good place to get drugs. There's prostitution. It's South Phoenix baseline.
That's why I said
I don't know if you want to live down there.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Our area is very nice. So, but
it's gated, right? I would hope.
Yes.
It has to be down there.
I told Jimmy where you were playing.
You go literally like a quarter of a mile, and it's like, ugh.
No, you got to go about 2 miles west, and then you might.
There's a reason why your community is gated.
Yes, there is. It is, and very much so. But yeah, what a great, because you got Raven there, you got Legacy there.
Yeah, they're right there. Both great golf courses.
Courses.
Yeah. So a little frustrating to win. Look, if we would have had
win a thing.
Yeah, because it's like the playing golf tournaments. You want to finish second. You don't want to win because everybody's going to assume you cheat. But I literally had guys that play 4 or 5 days a week.
Sure. All right. So the big question.
And by the way, Frank Sanders, that's his home course. So he's like, "Oh, it's going to break left. It's going to break right."
You
he knew every putt.
So how many times did they use your drive off the tee box?
Never.
Really, Rock?
Dude, I'm playing with a +3 and a -2.
But you can stroke it pretty
Not
good.
to this level.
Those guys, I
made some good putts. I made some good approach shots. Well,
Good.
no, my driver was military.
Rock's forte is the approach shot. That 100 yards in, whatever.
It used to be, not anymore.
Yeah.
It's putting.
But that's it. It's funny you bring that about. Okay, now we're going to see who the real golfers are. To have that last playoff hole. Okay, which one of you knuckleheads?
But I think that's a
great
great idea. So I mentioned it to Kevin Rowe, Lerner Rowe. We do his annual Gives Back tournament, and I sent him the video, and he's like, "Yes, let's do it," because it's true.
Yeah.
Because you see these guys, -22, and you see them. One guy's in jeans. One guy. It's like they're not golfers.
Got tennis shoes on.
Yeah, it's like he's playing in the Skechers.
He got red clubs.
Cut off
jeans. Give me a break. They hit top flights, pinnacles. So
I play with a Pinnacle Gold.
It's a senior ball. I
Yeah,
get it.
it is.
Yeah, Sun City. I get it.
That's Sun City.
I'm sorry. Hey. So did you see? So he's got a brand new golf show starting in next week, right?
I've heard about.
It's called the Happy Hackers Golf Show.
That's
Great
what it's
name.
called. Yep.
I create the logo, built the website, did all this, and his the guy he's doing the show with, the head pro there at Ironwood. What's his name? Kevin
Miragami.
Miragami. Okay. And I swear, I didn't do this on purpose. And our little joke with Sun Lake, Sun City.
Yes.
I said I wrote the bio and all that, and I filled it out what the show's going to be like, which I didn't ask him. I wrote it. It's like, this is what the show's going to be like. And I said Ironwood, Sun City, Arizona. And he texts me and he's like, "Hey, you got to change it." And I'm like, I honestly didn't do it on purpose. I literally, I swear on my parents, I did not do that on purpose. And then I plugged it into AI, which helped me write the brief.
Sure.
And it was in the bio of the story of what the show's going to be like too. It So I missed that because then he texts me later and says, you also missed, you said Sun City later.
It's the same difference, Rock.
It really
Sun
is.
City, Sun
I thought you were pissed. And I'm like, dude, I swear, I know it's been a joke on the air, but I didn't do that on purpose.
I mean, when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, you're on a roll.
Yeah, you're on a roll.
Germans? Yeah, you're on a roll.
Anyway, I just, but that scramble idea, if anybody uses it, I want
That's a great idea.
All right.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get into college football. We got 56 games. Starts tonight. Army and Temple go at it. Followed by tomorrow, you got an ACC showdown between Virginia Tech and Miami. Then Washington Rutgers also on tap on Friday.
Don't sleep on the Scarlet Knights. Don't sleep
totally.
on them.
Did I ever tell you about the story with Coach Schiano?
Oh, boy. Here
when
we
he was
go.
at Rutgers
Tell
first
us, Rock.
time?
Yeah.
So I'm his host. I am what they call a team liaison with. He was in here in town to play Arizona State in the Insight Bowl.
Okay.
They were practicing out at Scottsdale Community College. And Schiano's one of those, how do I say this in a nice way?
Very anal individual?
Yeah, he is. And he's all by the book. He's just very straightforward. He's got, I don't know his lineage. What do you say that? Lineage when it comes to coaching is
coaching
tree.
great, yeah.
But he's a badass, So aside from making sure every single kid's room was at 67 or 66, he went around every room to make sure the temperature was at a certain level. But this is where it got fun.
Okay.
So we're at We're at Scottsdale Community College, and they were practicing there.
Uh-huh.
And we had it all fenced up, so he had to have it so you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Because
put the tarp around
in his defense, he's playing basically Arizona State in a home game.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so he doesn't know what's going on. So we have to do that, all right? And so the first thing he did to us, he said, hey, this field, the width is not right. It's too short, okay? So we're like, no, we measured it. Our team, we have some of the best in the business. We've been doing bowl games since 71 or 72, right? So he made us bring out the measuring deal to measure it because he goes, this is wrong. You guys got to get this fixed. How can you have a bowl game if this isn't, the right length?
Wow.
Sure enough, we did it, and we nailed it.
53 and a third.
Whatever it was, okay?
Yeah.
So that was one. Then this is where it got fun. There was some kid that was on the other side of Scottsdale Community College with one of those remote control planes. He's just fooling around,
Sure.
he's just out there. He thought it was a ASU spy trying to get in to see his practice.
Spy plane.
So to your point about, watch out for the Scarlet Knights.
really.
This is the second stint there.
Yeah.
No.
He had a lot of George Allen in him as far as as anal as he was. And by the way, that area out there, Scotts Community College, that's known for guys flying the remote control planes out there, that whole area out there. So when Rock told me this story, I said, well, they're out there all the time flying remote control planes because I've trained quarterbacks at SCC before. And, I mean, when I heard that story, I went, oh, my gosh. George Allen reincarnated because Allen was very much like that.
He was like
He
that.
was like,
Very anal.
If you're even associated with anybody, you should be 5 miles away from my stadium, especially on the road games.
Great story.
So he was at Penn State, he was at Miami, so he'd been in some pretty good places.
Yes.
With Chicago Bears for many years.
Yep.
And most recently, before he got the Rutgers job again, he was at Ohio State at one of those advisors. And before that, he was with the Tampa Bay Bucks. So anyway, so there you have it. Scarlet Knights. Watch out is what Jimmy says.
That's
but,
right.
Saturday, there's some great games. Oklahoma State, K-State, BYU, Baylor. I know Manuch, you got to play on that. Louisville, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Auburn. I was giving Frank Sanders, who's a War Eagle, a little bit of crap today. He goes, they're going to be all right against Auburn. I'm like, you're going to get blown out. I may take that as my lock.
Yeah.
The game that I'm anxious to see is Colorado and UCF.
I want to see that.
You got
too.
UCF coming off a bye week.
Yes.
You got a Colorado team that got lucky on a Hail Mary.
Yes, they did.
And I think that's going to be a good game, and that's later in the day. And then Fresno State UNLV is also another one.
And don't forget, UCF came back when they were on the road at TCU and won that game.
The 3-0, right?
Fort
I think they're
Worth.
3-0.
Yes, they're undefeated.
Ohio State, Michigan State, Stanford, Clemson, Illinois, Penn State, Florida State, SMU, Georgia, and Alabama is the one. That's, of course, where game day will be. And then the night games, Washington State, Boise State, Arizona, and Utah. I think Utah is going to roll them. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked so good last week.
No
and
Cam,
then Oregon and
no
UCLA.
Cam Rising. Cam Rising is not going to play.
Yeah, I know we were going to catch up with Roxy Bernstein to talk some ACC with him, but we'll talk to him tomorrow as the quarterbacks in the ACC. They got a nice run of quarterbacks.
Sure
we used to always say that the Pac-12 had the quarterbacks. Well, it's ACC now.
I would probably say, right now, Pac-12 is pretty much decimated. But, I mean, last year, the Pac-12 was money.
They have six quarterbacks that are ranked in the top 25 in the FBS in passing yards, in total yards. I mean, that's the most of any conference. So you can make a case that the ACC is the now quarterback conference.
I'd kind of lean in that a little bit.
How can you not? The stats are there. Total yards, total passing. 5 of their quarterbacks are at 9 touchdowns or more for the season, tied for the most. They have 5 quarterbacks that are ranked in the top 20 in passing yards. They have top 4 quarterbacks ranked in the top 15 in ESPN's total QBR. I can go on and on.
I'll go with it.
Stats are the stats.
Yeah, especially that one kid, Tyler Shuck, out of Louisville. That young man had a chance.
He's an ACC guy.
ACC.
So why you were just going to knock it?
Well, I like where it's at. I mean, but you think of you look at the Big 12 as well. I think they got some good, solid quarterbacks from that standpoint. And then Ohio State and the Big 10. But I like the ACC. I like what they're doing. But talk about a big matchup this weekend for Tyler Shuck and Louisville to go into South Bend and take on Notre Dame. That's going to be a good game. I hope they shock the world by winning that game on the road.
I don't know about shock the world.
Everybody's got Notre Dame favored.
Outside of Louisville, Notre Dame really care?
Hey, Notre Dame got beat by Northern Illinois at Notre Dame.
Shock the world?
I don't know if the shock. I would say that
shocked the world.
A lot in Louisville play, and I think that their offense, the way they throw the ball is going to, I think that'll shock a lot of people what Tyler's brought to that team and what he's doing for that team as far as moving them on.
So ranked versus ranked matchups for this weekend. We talked about them briefly. Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Louisville, Notre Dame, you just mentioned, Georgia, Alabama, and Illinois and Penn State. So those are your ranked games for the weekend. Arizona State, of course, is on the bye week. They'll be back at it against Kansas next Saturday.
Charlie Ragle was sensational talking about the ASU bye week. And we had him on talking a little bit about what he's doing and how he dug into all the film to review what they did well, being 3-1. Self-scouting. And he had a great response. and then he said, when I hang up here, you guys aren't going to find me. So he was headed for the pool is where I think he was going.
I think the other thing, too, is the recruiting stage. This early in the year, with this, you're having a bye week after 4 games to get out there. He'll be here locally recruiting the Valley, and the other guys will be out on the road. So if you catch a lot of these kids early on in the year, they'll get a good chance to reaffirm some of their ideas with some of the kids they want to go after.
You mentioned that these coaches are on the road. Are they allowed to talk to the kids, or can they just are going to games to watch?
I don't know if this is an open period or not, but at least they can go watch them as far as communication is concerned. I know that I think they can text. Is where they're at right now. I'm not sure if that's for sure or not, but I think they can text. But they can go see them, view them. I don't think as far as contact is concerned is open at this time.
They can't go on the field and say, hey, number 7.
No.
Really, you had a good game tonight. Hey, I'm Coach Ragle from Arizona State. We'd love to have you.
No, they can't. But a lot of them are on the sidelines watching. They're very well seen by the coaches.
They make sure the kid sees them. Yes.
Well, the kids are the coaches, and I think a lot of the other players want to see him as well too.
What's the movie with the big kid who ended up playing for Baltimore?
Michael Orr.
The blind side.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. In that movie, you had all those big-time head coaches on the sideline. Yeah. Hey, coach, coach of Tennessee, Texas, they're all there.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I know a lot of players at open times could come and watch practices, but the coaches couldn't say anything to them. I mean, I think that those are some of the things that you take a look at from that standpoint.
I think we got a break here. Yep. We'll do that. We'll come right back. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Yes, can you hear me?
Second wild card spot with the Mets at 88 and 71, heading into their 3-game set with the Padres.
I'll be louder.
Gets the ball. The Suns bring back a right here. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Ready for some football? Join our annual Pro Football Pick'em contest today. You could win $5,000 and amazing prizes from Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Don't miss out on the excitement. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezia's, a family and catering tradition.
Attention Arizona basketball fans! The ultimate Arizona basketball experience is coming to Desert Diamond Arena on October 11th. For the first time ever, the Red Blue Showcase is hitting the road. Join Arizona alum Richard Jefferson and ESPN's Kendrick Perkins as they host this epic event. Catch the team in action with a slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and scrimmage to finish the night. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see Arizona basketball up close. Visit Ticketmaster.com for tickets and details.
Envision a stunning putting green or a flawless lawn. With Tempe Turf Installers, it's yours for just $550 per square foot. Enjoy up to a 16-year warranty and 2 years of labor coverage. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The NFL season is underway. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTS to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's code SPORTS, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus. Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
This afternoon. Hanging out, it is once again our Twin Peaks Picks contest, and the games will be the Cowboys-Giants game, which is coming up. It's on Prime, so if you don't have Prime, just head to your nearest Twin Peaks. There are 5 of them, so we'll be here watching the game tonight in Tempe. The other game, college, University of Arizona at Utah. Then back to the NFL for Sunday's game. It is the Commanders at the Cardinals.
Why are you pointing at me?
I just thought that you wanted to chime in, that's all. Or if you want me to run the entire segment, I'd be happy
Go
to
ahead,
do it.
Jimmy. What would you like to talk about today there, Jimmy?
Well,
I just love coming in here. I've never been a passenger on the show.
Yes.
And it'd be kind of fun. I mean, you've loved the last 20 years, haven't you? Just being a passenger?
Absolutely, man.
Other than when I'm not here, which is most of the time.
Making sure we stay on the road. You're just making sure.
It's just fun to be. Just kind of sit back.
Just kind of hang out.
Sit back and you ask questions, you just answer them. There's no right or wrong answer, you know. Hey, I mean, conspiracy theorists, there's a lot of them out there, but for the second time in 3 games, a Cardinals opponent has earned the Conference Player of the Week honors. Yeah, the Buffalo had one, and then you had Jack Fox, the kicker or the punter for the Lions. So do you expect it'll go 3 out of 4 games that whoever the Cardinals play, which will be Washington, that somebody on that team will receive honors, some type of weekly honors?
Yeah, well, I'd say what if they
conference player honor, a player of the week.
One of the things they want to do is make sure they show up to special teams, but they've done fairly well. Now, the Cardinals Dallas had that kickoff return against the Buffalo Bills, which pretty much kept them in the game. So they flipped that script. I think this game, when you look at this Arizona Cardinals game against the much led Cliff Kingsbury offense and Jaden Daniels, is not allowing them to get on the jump like they did against Cincinnati. And I think that as far as defensive packages are concerned, I think that the Cardinals are going to have to throw a lot of packages at Jaden Daniels as far as if they're going to flush him to the sideline, don't allow him to get up the field. But their quick passing game is what they've lived off of.
What did the Detroit Lions do? They jumped on them from the get-go, went right down the field and put points on the board.
Yeah, and I think,
I expect that out of Washington.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you remember the Cardinals shut out the Lions in the second half.
That's the second half. I'm talking about jumping on them right away and getting the lead.
But the Cardinals came back the next drive and tied it up 7-all. Yep. So that's moot point right there.
Well, first game of the season, if you look at them, they came out and scored right away.
Yep, they did. But the game that you look at and you go back at is they beat the Giants, they beat the Bengals. What are some of the things that they do so well, that being the Washington Redskins? They control the ball.
The Commanders, Manuch.
Jaden Daniels, kid's very efficient, 21 of 23 in that game against Cincinnati. But where they're vulnerable is their defense. So if the Cardinals can run downhill, can basically do what they did in that first game in the first half against the Buffalo Bills and sustain that in their win over the Rams, you're going to see a lot of that. But the Commanders aren't banged up like the Rams are. So this is going to be one of those games. I think it's going to be closer. I think the Cardinals win this game. I think that their experience, I think that their defense will pretty much put a kibosh or at least in the fourth quarter, really control the line of scrimmage against the Commanders.
And this has been one of those games when we did our, who's going to win this game week 4, week 2, and, all the way through the season. You got this as a W. I don't know if that's still the case, if we're going to see the same Jalen Daniels that we saw last week. They got NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Right.
And then when you look at the history between these two teams, they go back to 1932, and clearly the Redskins / Commanders have owned them, and they've even owned them since the new divisional realignment, 7-3, and that plays into it. I know people don't think that, but I think it does. I mean, there's a reason why every year you bring up the stat that they're 77-47-2 against them, and then now they're 78-47-2 against them.
Well, those years where the Cardinals went east of Mississippi, they never won. Giants, Philadelphia,
ever. They're Washington 7-3.
Redskins at the time. Mm-hmm. But the one thing we had Bram Weinstein on yesterday, the play-by-play voice for the Commanders.
Yep.
And he said what Cliff Kingsbury did as the offensive coordinator, he treated the preseason games like we should treat. He said a lot of reps during training camp. He had them out there at least a half for the 3 preseason games because he wanted them to come out of the chute hot. Now, Tampa Bay, they laid it to him in the first game. But that Giants game, for them to come back and win, and then that game we saw against Cincinnati, you're like, wow, that was a team that was hitting on all cylinders. They didn't have their preseason the first 3 games there. They were ready to go coming out of the chute, and I like that with a young team, a young quarterback, and with Dan Quinn as the head coach. He set the tone with that offense, that team, and said, look, we are definitely going to go ahead and come out guns a-blazing in that situation.
All right, coming up, we will need a contestant to challenge one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks. We call it the Peaks Picks, and it's brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. We do it every Thursday at all the 5 locations. Marissa, or who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? We'll get it. Jax will have it. It doesn't matter. They're 4-0.
Yeah.
So whoever we have is going to most likely win. So we'll need the 5th caller at 602-260-9228. 9191. You're going to play for a $25 gift card. The games you're going to pick. Tonight's, of course, the Cowboys at the Giants, and then U of A at Utah, and then the game we were just talking about, the Commanders and the Cardinals. So fifth caller, 602-260-9191. It's our Peaks Picks. We're at the Tempe location. Fifth caller at 602-260-9191 to face one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks Tempe. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or a perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf Installers, it's a reality, starting at just
I'm gonna get you out on time.
Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial turf.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Swoboda throws, intercepted by Fiaseu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet GT. Lifestyle.
I'll play with the volume in a minute. His name is Kevin.
Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor proudly sponsors the Move Over Law. When you see flashing lights, remember to move over and slow down. Together, we can protect our roadside heroes. Drive safe, Arizona. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank. Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to
You are
win a
live.
$50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
All right, we started this 4 weeks ago, so this is week 5. And the young ladies here at Twin Peaks, they're 4-0. So let's hope that Kevin from Chandler can kind of break the streak here, because we got all these gift cards. What we should have done is they should carry over. Like, this should be worth more. But I don't have the authority to do that right now. But I will do this. If Kevin does win, and I need you to mark this down, we'll give him 2 gift cards.
Okay.
Because that's how much I think we need to have our listeners
I like that.
get back on the board
That'll
here, or at
motivate
least
'em.
get on the board, okay? All right, so let's start. We got Courtney, who is a little nervous. She does not want to come on the air, but Jack's got her picks. So we'll start with the Cowboys tonight in the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. All right, Jax, what is your friend Courtney going with?
Yeah, Courtney's going with the Giants with the upset tonight.
All right, Kevin, what's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm hoping I can maybe break that streak so those Twin Peaks girls don't keep winning. I'll take the Cowboys.
All right, go with the Cowboys.
All right, second game, University of Arizona traveling to Utah. Boy, this will be a tough one on Saturday night. Jack, what's Courtney got?
Courtney's going with Utah.
All right, go with the Utes. All right, Kevin, which way you going here?
Utah as well.
All right.
Yeah, don't blame you one bit on that. All right, then to Sunday's big NFL matchup here in the Valley of the Sun. Washington Commanders, Arizona Cardinals. Courtney is going with
the Cardinals.
And what was the score?
She said 31-17.
31-17.
Kevin, where are you going? And we need a score.
Okay, that's a tough one here. I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well. I'll say 24-21.
Okay.
24-21. All right, Kevin, good luck to you, man. Thanks for jumping on, and hopefully we'll be able to hook you up with a couple gift cards. So that
Sounds great. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks for listening. That's Kevin in Chandler, and you kick off the weekend here at Twin Peaks. As I mentioned, 5 locations. Great for NFL, college football, Major League Baseball playoffs, as well as UFC, all at all 5 Valley locations. But you need to sign up for our free Pro Football Fan Pick'em. It's our Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em presented by Blue Moon and Coors Light. You'll have a chance to win $5,000. And it's not too late. I know it's week 4 of the NFL season, but we throw out your 4 worst weeks. So it's never too late. Go to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Well, the NFL's not going like you would think when you look at the fanpick'em.com. Like, that's a sure one. That's a sure one. This game this weekend.
Yeah.
Even Kevin's going, Cardinals, 24-21. There's a lot of hesitation with this Commanders team coming in.
Does Jasmine know about the dad joke deal?
About the dad jokes?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know if you were going to be on there today, but
I do.
She's got it. She's got it covered.
So we
Let's
have
go.
to do it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Dad jokes, Jasmine.
Oh, man. All right, go ahead, Jazz.
Oh, I'm going to need one more second.
You got one more second. You can't do it without the correct opening.
Got to have it.
Yes, you have to have
It
that.
basically justifies
Kind of
why.
sets the tone.
Yeah, on how bad these are.
And from that standpoint, Jimmy and I enjoy him, Rock. This is our, besides just you showing up, I mean, the dad jokes of the week kind of sets the tone for cheesiness at its finest.
They make my day.
Oh, yeah, you think about that. I mean, because they are the cheesy jokes. Jazz, y'all ready to go back there?
Of course, when I need it, I can't.
All right, no problem. All right,
we
so
got it.
basically what you were going to hear is these are Rock's horrible.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Hit it, Jazz.
The views and opinions expressed by various
that's not
hosts,
it. Cut
guests,
it.
or
Cut
callers
it. Cut
with
it.
Rock
Cut
and
it.
Manuch are
Cut
not
it.
to be
Cut
considered.
it, Jazz. Cut it.
That's
not it either.
Disclaimers.
That's our disclaimer, which could work because these are pretty bad. All right, let's just move on because we're up against it. All right. Why did the man bring toilet paper to the party? Why did the man bring toilet paper to the party?
I give up, Rock. Why did he?
Because he's a party pooper.
Oh, I see. All right, very good.
Man.
I like that.
So I went to Mastro's the other night, right?
You went
And
where? Where?
Mastro's. I went to
Okay.
Mastro's the other night,
Yes.
and the waiter asked me if I wanted a box. And I, for my leftovers, I said, nah, I don't like to fight.
Oh.
That's a good one. These are pretty good so far, Rock.
I found a book that said I could solve 50% of my problems, so I bought 2.
Makes sense. Do the
Why
K-State math.
why did the man fall down the well?
Why did he fall down the
Yeah,
well?
why did he fall down the well?
Oh, man.
He was thirsty.
Nah, he couldn't see that well.
Oh, I see. That could.
All right, there's a 30-car pileup now on
And
the
the last
101.
one, so we could get out of
Thank
this.
you, Jesus.
What did the hog say when he went into the oven?
It's
What
hot.
did the hog say when he went into the oven?
Man.
I'm porked.
I'm baking in here.
Yeah, I was close.
So next
Three.
time I'm running a little late.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Let Jasmine know that we do the dad jokes so she can have the proper open and the Shazams
I think it just
and all the other
she
good
had the whole
stuff.
nine. It's just that the computer freezes once in a while.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest joke of a line of every technical director we have
Computer
had
freeze.
for the last 25 years. They always blame the computer.
Computer
Now, I
frozen.
remember the one place we were at when the hamsters weren't working, weren't running it, and they were out of propane.
Yep.
Yeah, I understood
No,
that.
out of kerosene.
Kerosene,
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
had-
Was it propane?
No, we weren't out of gas. You and I are full of gas, but we were out of kerosene. The other spot, literally having to go to the tower and make sure there's enough kerosene to get that pull starter to go. Here, we've just got to make sure the hamsters are fed. So obviously, somebody didn't feed those hamsters.
But that's on your list of things to do.
Yeah, I know. I didn't leave that
Because
little
Jimmy
pouch
doesn't
there.
get any responsibility.
Jimmy just kind of hangs
Jack's
out.
are still working him in. You know, he's now got his own show on Saturday.
We were there
He's big time now.
Yeah. So, but you got to get on that, Manuch.
I will. I'll make sure that the bag full of hamster meal is right there so they get all that done.
Hey, we've been talking about for the last 3 days the 12th annual Mexican Baseball Fiesta. It's at Maryville, I believe, today. Then it shifts over to Camelback Ranch, where the Dodgers and that AAA team, the White Sox, play their spring training. We teamed up with the taco spot. We're going to give away a couple tickets here in the top of the 3 o'clock hour. So if you want to get out there on Sunday, we'll have tickets for you. So I'll have more on that as the taco spot, tacos to talk about. So we'll have that coming up in a little bit. Charlie Regal is also going to join us. We caught up with him earlier as we had to get him before he jumped in the pool.
One.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
we want to bring that back as from what I'm told, it was a fantastic interview.
Yes.
As when these guys get a little bit of time off, they have a little bit more energy when they
yeah.
come on the show. So we have that. And then Howard Balzer from USA Today Cards Wire. So we'll get his thoughts on what we saw against Detroit and looking ahead to the Commanders as the Commanders are coming off that, I would say, upset win over the Bengals on
30?
Monday night. So that's all coming up as we continue on. As I mentioned, we're out here at Twin Peaks. Hopefully you have signed up for our fantastic football sweepstakes,
20.
tailgate sweepstakes. All you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win the grand prize. It's all up on our website at Roc and Manuch. We'll continue on. We're at the Tempe Twin Peaks location. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B along with Jax here at the Tempe Twin Peaks. It's Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Introducing Smidge.
I need a tease.
Ready-to-drink beverage that's shaking up the market. With just 2.5% alcohol
Hello?
and 50 calories in a 12-ounce serving, Smidge is perfect for the sober curious. Smidge better taste, fewer
Hey, guys.
calories, and double the fun. Try it today.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or a perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf and
Hello?
Stars, it's a reality, starting at just $5.50 per square foot. Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial
I
turf.
need a tease, please, from Jimmy at the end of Charlie's interview to promote Frank Sanders.
Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food.
You are correct. All set? Thank you. Stand by.
Following program will be recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns bring back a familiar face, center Frank Kaminsky, who played for the team from 2019 to 2022. Rejoins the squad on a training camp contract. Then he back shared the second wild card spot with the Mets at 88 and 71. Heading into their 3-game set with the Padres, Merrill Kelly gets the ball tomorrow. The Cardinals return to the practice field to get ready for their Week 4 game against the Commanders. And Week 4 of the NFL gets started today with the Giants.
How many callers?
In New Jersey. We'll have all the action here on Fox Sports 910. The pregame begins at 4:45. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for those overnight lows in the low 80s. And then for your Friday, another hot day with temperatures breaking records right around 112 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Desert Financial Credit Union.
You shouldn't have to pay to spend your own money. Join Desert Financial and get a free checking account with no monthly service fees. And you get a rewards program that offers a cashback bonus. Visit desertfinancial.com/betterbanking.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe.
Your life.
Need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, before we get to our headlines, and then we'll have Charlie Rangel and Howard Balzer in this hour. Again, we're out here at the Tempe Twin Peaks. It's time for a chance to win tickets to the 12th Annual Mexican Baseball Fiesta at Camelback Ranch in Glendale. It's this Sunday as we have teamed up with the Taco Spot, Tacos to Talk About. They now have 12 locations. I like the one in Scottsdale. I've been there multiple times, and we're going to give you a chance to win now. Caller number 5 at 602-260-9191, and we'll give you a pair of tickets, and these tickets are for the doubleheader. So you get to watch both games. There's plenty of entertainment, great Mexican food. Camelback Ranch, you can't go wrong, one of the best facilities in all spring training. And we want to thank the Taco Spot, Tacos to Talk About. And for a location near you, go to tacospotaz.com. So, fifth caller, 602-260-9191, and we'll shoot over those tickets to you, and you'll have a great time on Sunday. Good stuff. You know, I'm a little bummed out because we don't know what's going to happen this weekend with D-backs, right?
No, we don't.
They got to win every game.
Yeah, pretty much.
And moving with some Mets and Braves on Monday.
Doubleheader.
So you're going to have to sit around an extra day.
Yep.
And, you know, do we go East Coast, West Coast, right? What is it? What's it going to mean?
That's what their game plan, just to work out, as you said, and then have a couple of flight plans.
Yep.
We started off this program at 1 o'clock talking about how Montgomery was going to throw the second game on Saturday. Folks, it's changed, which Jimmy and I and Rockwell had trepidation about Montgomery taking them out at all on a must-win series, if that. As we mentioned, Merrill Kelly will still take the bump tomorrow night. Erod has now been moved up. They're going to move the lineup up because Darvish will be going for the Padres. Rodriguez will be going, and then Fott will go on Sunday. So I think pretty much at this stage of the game, all hands on deck. You need your best pitchers if you're going to make it. So they moved up.
Are you surprised?
No, we're not. I was surprised that Montgomery was going to start initially.
Yeah. I think he was going to go in for one round, one rotation.
Yeah.
That was it. I literally think that's what they were going to do.
And the other strategy might be, okay, you start Rodriguez, and maybe Montgomery's your long reliever on that time because he's come out of the bullpen for long relief.
Yep.
So there might be a strategy here. But I think from that the area of, man, you want to have your best of your best. And we looked at what Zach Gallen did last night. And Merrill Kelly had an outstanding outing the last time, going 5 innings before cramps took him over. And then Brandon Fott had another outstanding outing. Struggled with that last outing. So again, it's if you win the series and then you just kind of hold on to see what shakes out on Monday with that doubleheader.
I'm just glad to see the A's step up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a must-win.
Huge.
I mean, they all are now. But, for him to have 11 Ks over 6 innings, he was grooving.
He was.
I mean, he's still – he's had a roller coaster year, but still 14-6. He's had a great year.
He is the guy.
I shouldn't say great year. He's
year.
had a really good year.
Yes.
I mean, he's had some great years in the past. And I just want to make sure that he's okay. These hamstrings and all these other things we're starting to hear a lot about, that I think Torrey's he's got a plan and he's going to stick to it. He's kind of mixed up his back end a little bit, rotation, which I was kind of like, where are you going with this? But I love it. It's playoff baseball. Padres aren't playing for anything.
Well, they're already in. You're right. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be between the Braves and Mets and the Diamondbacks.
Well, the Padres essentially still in the NL West,
which
it's
be a nice bye week or a bye first round.
Couple of days, yeah.
Can you imagine the Dodgers falling to the wild card? I mean, who would have thought? Here they are running away with. They clinched. Well, they clinched. I should say. They back up.
They clinched a spot.
They clinched a spot. Yeah, that's the whole thing. But that would be very interesting because you look right now. This Padre team, aside from last night's loss, they're 8-2 last 10 games. I mean, this team is hot. You mentioned Tatis is back. He had another big game. So they've got their full arsenal. And the thing that's interesting when you look at all these teams in the hunt, Mets, Diamondbacks, Braves, and even the Padres, everybody's healthy. Now, the only guy that's not healthy is Nelson for the Diamondbacks. Don't know if he's going to even come back the rest of the year or make the playoffs. He has been throwing. They said that he might be available tomorrow night in reference to maybe they get some bullpen work in. If he's available for the playoffs, okay, then now what do you do as far as do you still go with the lineup? Do you put him in place of Brandon Fott? But a phenomenal game in Milwaukee. Basically pooped the bed the other night.
Got beat up
pretty bad.
Yep.
So now Lavello's got some decisions to make. Now, depending what kind of team, whoever you're playing, the lineup, the righties, lefties, the strategies that are going to evolve once Monday comes around. But I think once this is out, Zach Gallen, when do they start? I think Wednesday they start the first round of wild cards. Guys will have enough rest. But this time of year, if you're getting 3 days rest or 4 days rest, that's enough. It's all hands on deck. If you got to go 5 or 6 innings. Just give us 5 or 6. At least we can rest this bullpen, which they need to rest. So that 6 innings last night, folks, was huge.
It was.
That Zach Gallen went 6 innings and allowed those guys to see that Martinez and Puck and came in there and got the things that they could.
If it comes down to the wire on that Sunday, you think Torrey will throw Zach in there for a couple innings if need be?
Ooh, well,
see, here's the thing. They're really not going to know because you still have that doubleheader between the Braves and Mets.
But I think
because the Mets right now, I mean, if the season ended today,
yes,
they're tied right now, both of them.
Yes.
But the Mets have the edge on winning percentage.
Yes.
But don't they have a head-to-head as well, too? Are the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks?
I'm not sure if they have a head-to-head. All I know is they're right now, if the season ends today, they're tied for second in the wild card spot, but they lead, that being the Mets with the winning percentage. With the Braves are 1 game back. So, but yeah, either way, I think you got to, even if you don't know, you got to win that game.
You got to
win.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Everybody's saying, well, if they win the series, that they should be in. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But that doubleheader is going to be huge. That in Atlanta, going back there and having that as far as that's concerned.
But I think we would know if feedback say they sweep and then the Mets,
they're in.
The Mets, they're in.
They're in.
But if the Mets, so the Mets wouldn't even have to play those 2 games.
They're basically, if the Diamondbacks,
but Atlanta's right there too.
Yeah, but I got to believe. Don't quote me on. There's a tiebreaker involved. That the Diamondbacks have the tiebreaker either over the Mets or the Braves. That they can win out or win 2 out of 3. Then it'll be pretty much the Diamondbacks sneaking in that back door. But to your point, Rock, yeah, if you're down 0-2 in that last game, and you've got to win that last game on Sunday in order to make it to Monday. I mean, hell, if they get swept, they don't even have to worry about Monday. They'll just pack it up and go home for the off season.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but you're right. It is the head-to-head.
Yes.
You know, it will come down to the head-to-head with there are tiebreakers. You know, so that would definitely have to play into all this. But hey, D-backs can only do what they can, and it's just got to continue to get as many W's as they can, and hopefully, you know, sneak in if that's what's going to be the case.
Right.
Hey, I love the fact that here we are on the 26th of September,
3.
and we're still talking about the D-backs as a possibility of playoffs because it's been a little bit of a roller coaster over the last couple of months where, hey, they were rolling, and then all of a sudden they hit the wall a little bit, and then they started sliding, and some of the other teams around them, the Mets. Think about the Mets. They've been one of those roller coaster rides.
They were 10 games out.
That's a good story for them.
It is.
It is a good story for the Mets.
It's a lot like the Astros, how many games they were out.
They were out.
Here's
come back
so
out.
just I have this in front of me now. I just found it. So
Okay.
D-backs tiebreaker against the Padres will be determined during the season ending of the teams. But right now, the Arizona would lose out on tiebreakers with the Braves or the Mets.
Okay. That's
That's
not
good.
No,
it's not.
So
They
but
got to
could
win.
clinch on. They could clinch as early as Saturday.
Yes.
if they keep doing what they're doing and some other things happen. But according to MLB.com, the tiebreaker against the Padres would be determined with this series, this series right now. So they do need to win that because of that tiebreaker. But and Braves, that's not the case.
And the only thing, as I mentioned, I think the only person is Nelson. Everything, all hands are on deck. Moreno's been easy running. He can still hit, but everybody is healthy as of today. Nelson, as we've heard, may be coming back for the weekend, and they might get him some work if they need be. He could be another long reliever if he's healthy.
Don't you find this so, like, I guess a dream scenario? Because it's just what happened last year, how they snuck in, got in the back door last year.
They lost the last game.
They did.
And they made the wild card.
And they got in. So this is so similar to what took place last year.
Well, Merrill Kelly, he'll be on the mound tomorrow, a 3-game set with the Padres. And I want to talk baseball in October again.
I do too.
Last year was a lot of fun.
It was.
And who knows what's going to happen. Because if the Cardinals start sliding, and then we'll start talking some Phoenix Suns here in the next week or two. And you just mentioned
Frank Kaminsky, is back with the Phoenix Suns. He signed a training camp contract. Actually, to be honest with you, he would fit into Budenholzer's scheme extremely well because he can give you time on the post and he can take you outside as well and play the power forward spot.
Frank the Tank is back. Frank the Tank.
Dude could play.
Fits in, as you mentioned, he fits into the scheme.
He does.
Budenholzer, I think we're going to see a different type of team and a different I think one of those teams everybody knows their roles too.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
Yeah, he is.
You love those guys that go in there. He was a hell of a player at Wisconsin.
Yep.
And where's the last 2 teams he was with? I think Atlanta or maybe Houston.
Atlanta.
He was Atlanta, and he didn't probably play much. Got a few minutes there, but he's that guy to go in there and give these guys a little bit of a breather, right?
Yeah.
So hey, Charlie Regal, ASU assistant. Head coach for Arizona State Sun Devils. They're on a bye week, of course, but we're going to find out all about what he does on his week off because I don't think it's a week off. So we'll catch up with him next, and then Howard Balzer from USA Today Wire, who handles the Cardinals beat, he will join us right after Charlie. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the Tempe Twin Peaks here on Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Valley freeways are busy and most are running up to speed. Now, we do have a couple of problems. 32nd Street at Washington, we have a structure fire. Watch for crews in the area. Also an accident, 16th Street at Broadway.
This report is sponsored by Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Debates may be your best chance to get to know the candidates. Don't miss Arizona's official debates. Brought to you by the Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Learn how to watch, listen, and submit a question at azcleanelections.gov/debates. And let's get democracy done.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf Installers, it's a reality, starting at just $5.50 per square foot. Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial turf.
Hey, it's Rock for Wright Toyota. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out Wright Toyota and WrightToyota.com. We broadcast there every Friday from 1 to 4, so stop by, say hello. Right on the price, right on the selection, WrightToyota.com.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Svoboda throws, intercepted by Fiaseu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5 Active Hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home of the hashtag Sexy Roof Status.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Mira, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
The D-backs get the day off before facing the Padres for their final series of the regular season. Merrill Kelly against the ball. The Cardinals are resuming outfield preparations for their game this week against the Commanders. Texas coach Steve Sarkisian said he hasn't decided on a starting quarterback for Saturday's SEC opener against Mississippi State. Arch Manning is filled in for the injured incumbent Quinn Ewers. I'm Frank Aaron.
The NFL season is underway. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTS to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's code SPORTS, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus. Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal. Meant for mornings. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports. Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Always fun when we get a chance to get Charlie on the show. He's with us right now. He's probably calling us from the golf course or the pool, since they get or the recruiting trail. Or the recruiting trail. Absolutely. Yeah, he could be, since he gets the bye week. Charlie, I think that 4-0 looks really good, but I mean, you got to be somewhat pleased that you're 3-1. Is that a fair question?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, good afternoon. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. We'd obviously love to be 4-0. The fact is, we didn't play good enough in any phase of the game, all three phases, special teams, offense, defense. We didn't play good enough to win that game, and we still had a chance, which is, if there's a silver lining we take from that. But, to sit here at 3-1 going into our first bye, I think that as we reflect back and do a lot of self-study, we're certainly pleased with where we're at. We're not satisfied, but we're certainly in a good spot right now.
Charlie, the slow starts the last couple of games, and I know you can't be playing at 90 miles an hour every game or every moment of a game, but the slow starts, was that a concern for Kenny and your staff?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's something that Kenny's addressed with our guys. And, I think it's probably you get to the point where you're, a third of the season knocked out. Guys are a little bit tired. The short week was a little bit understandable, against Texas State again. But, to go to Texas Tech and not start as fast as we wanted, it was disappointing. We dug ourselves a 14-0 hole before we even started playing football. And, you just can't do that at this level of football, really in any level of football. And so, yeah, it is. And we have to, we've addressed it, and we have to counter that. And the good news is next Saturday we're going to be playing at home, which will give us a little bit extra juice. And so hopefully we can start this thing and get back where we know we can play at.
Coach, it's always interesting because coaches will say, look, when you win a game, it's not always as good as it was. When you lose a game, it's not always as bad as it looked. So this game, you take the good, the bad, and the indifferent. What do you learn from a loss against Texas Tech there in Lubbock?
Well, I think, you touched on it. We've got to start out quicker. We got to get back to doing some of the little things that we did at a high level. Again, I think the one thing, as I mentioned earlier, is we didn't play very good in any phase. And we were a one score. We were in the game in the very end, had a chance to win it, So it's just cleaning up. You can't make mistakes. Mistakes, they kill you. Coach Dillingham has preached smart and tough with this football team. And for, most of the season we've been that. In Lubbock, we were not, just calling it from my point of view from the special teams world. You can't have two kickoffs that go out of bounds and give you 15-yard penalties. You can't do that and let those guys start at the 35. You can't get a late hit on a kickoff return that goes into the end zone. That's 3 penalties on special teams. You can't do those things and expect to win football games. So we got to get back to playing Sun Devil football, which has been smart and tough for most of the season. And I think if we do that, we're going to win a bunch more football games.
Thank you to Crest Insurance Group for the opportunity to have this conversation with ASU assistant head coach Charlie Regal. All right, are you afraid at all that you might be running Cam Scattaboo into the ground? Is that something that you guys would have talked about during this bye week?
No, I don't think afraid is the right word. I think that, Cam is a workhorse. I think that we have some of those running backs. We have some really good depth at the position. We've had a little bit of injuries and things, but I would expect that to recorrect itself and that some of those guys are going to be available as we get going here in the next couple of weeks, Kansas and moving forward. So I hope not. I don't think we are, and I don't think he feels that way. I think that they got ample rest this week, and I would expect a fresh football team and a Cam Scattaboo on Saturday, next Saturday against Kansas.
Yeah, Coach, watching him last year, to me, no problem. His endurance, his resiliency, you ran the hell out of him last year, and I expect much of the same. It's just a matter of how much, I think what I heard Kenny saying in the postgame on the radio, how much they're keying on him and what the other alternatives are in developing the offense.
I think that's spot on. I think that you're spot on there. I think we got to be able to throw the ball, and when you look, at the end of the day, how are you gonna stop the run? You got to get an extra hat in the box, right? So you're always trying to get it. When you're drawing it on the whiteboard, you got to get an extra hat so that you can make the play. And if they put an extra hat in the box, we got to be able to win one-on-ones in the throw game, and that's the reality of it. It's the chess match, and we've got to be able to complete some passes, win some one-on-ones in the routes outside, and I think we will do that. I think we're developing that, and I think that's coming, and we're going to be just fine.
Coach, I'm real curious. The players get a couple of days off before they get back into it and get ready for next week, as you just referenced against Kansas. I don't think coaches, though, get much of a time off. How much film have you dove into so far right now?
Well, that's a very good point. You want to make a call to Kenny and see if we can steal extra time. No, you know what? We've spent some time, obviously watching Kansas this week, but we've also spent a lot of time looking at the first third of the season and reflecting on what we can do better. Self-scouting. And obviously, we would be lying if we hadn't said we'd taken an early peek at Kansas. We're all heading out to different places to recruit tomorrow. And then we will actually, the coaching staff, we will get Saturday off, and we will spend that time very wisely. And then we're back at it Sunday, getting ready to go into game week for Kansas.
And Coach, and talking about that self-scouting so people know, and looking back, as you mentioned, your first 4 games, and then applying what corrections or what you do too much of or not enough of, looking at KU, are you already game planning for that KU game coming up in a week and a half?
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah, you got it, Charlie. Purple, so I'm just saying here.
It's hard for you to even announce those words out of your mouth, isn't it?
Extremely correct.
You know Absolutely. What? We have we've looked at them, we've looked at ourselves, and then where's the happy medium on a bye week?
Yeah.
They've got another game to play, so we'll watch that on Saturday. Them playing TCU at home, and then we'll again they've played multiple games, so then we'll add that to the collection of games, and then finalize what we're going to do, for the game plan.
And with that being said, is this a good time for a bye week? Because I know a lot of coaches, if they're on a roll, they're like, oh man, we got to take a bye. Or there's teams that need to adjust. You guys are 3-1, as Jimmy said. Is this a good time for this team to have a bye?
I think it is. I think, you guys alluded to, looking at, again, Texas State, a little bit different animal playing on Thursday. Texas Tech not starting as fast. I think getting our legs back under us. I actually think our schedule plays out really nice in the sense that now we're coming off this bye. We've got 2 home games and then a road game at Cincinnati, 3 more games and then another bye. And then, we have a 5-week, hard, tough challenge of 5 in a row in the month of November. But you know what they say, the games to remember are always played in November. So I think it pairs up well for us. And I'm excited about where we're going and how we're approaching this thing.
Hey, Coach, you know me, I got to give the proverbial ask on your quarterback, Sam Levitt, the young man, I think is really handling things very well, taking care of the ball and making plays when he has to. But as far as the first 4 games, how's the eval on your young quarterback, Sam Levitt?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you're judged by wins and losses, real or not. You know what I mean? Like, he's 3-1 as a starter, and does he have things that he needs to improve on? Absolutely. But I think, obviously he gets the most, observations and critiques because that's what the position comes with. I think he's developing, and I think Marcus has got him pushing and grinding in the right direction. I'm very confident in what Sam brings to this football team and what he's going to help us do in the, back half of the season and in the future of this program. So I feel like he's done a nice job, and he certainly knows the things that he has to get better on. But again, when it's all said and done, like I told you guys last week, there is no style points. 3-1 is 3-1. I hope that we sit here on the next bye and, we're somewhere with 2 or 3 more wins under our belt. And I think if that's the case, everybody's going to be happy.
Get back in that film room, Coach. I know that's where you're headed after you just got done doing this interview. We appreciate you as always, Charlie. Have a good weekend.
Hey, likewise, and I promise you this, I am not going to be in the film room after I hang up this phone call. You guys sit there and go Devils!
There you go. Charlie Rangel. That's awesome. Assistant head coach for ASU. And he is presented by the Crest Insurance Group, as they always support the Sun Devils. Crest Insurance Group, offering personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for all clients across all markets. Just check out CrestINS.com. That's CrestINS.com. TwinsPeaksTempe.com. All right, the Cardinals have a date with the Washington Commanders coming up this Sunday at State Farm Stadium. Arizona Cardinals columnist for USA Today, Howard Balzer, is going to join us next. We'll get into all of it. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU and U of A men's basketball have their complete schedules for the 24-25 season. After today's schedule announcement from the Big 12, the Suns bring back a familiar face, center Frank Kaminsky, who played for Phoenix from 2019 to 2022, rejoins the squad on a training camp contract. The Diamondbacks share the second wild card spot with the Mets at 88-71. Heading into their three-game set with the Padres, Merrill Kelly gets the ball. Week 4 of the NFL getting started with the Giants and the Cowboys set to battle in New Jersey. We'll have all the action beginning at 4:45 right here. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910.
Thank you.
Available everywhere on the
last stretch. We're almost done.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
The last stretch. Almost done.
In the low 80s, and then for your Friday, another hot day with temperatures breaking records right around 112 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If your supply chain demands a flexible workforce, hire with Express Employment Professionals. With contract and full-time workers from Express Employment, you get the staff you need and manage contingent labor costs. Learn more at ExpressPros.com. That's ExpressPros.com.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill, dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination. With 4 convenient locations throughout Phoenix and Tempe, you'll get the best sports bar experience. Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Are you struggling with low testosterone? Metier Clinical Services has you covered. Get a 1-month supply for just $250, including your initial labs and pre-filled syringes. Visit Metier Clinical Services today and pick up your boost. No hassle, just results. Call or stop by to learn more at 602-835-2675 or visit MEtierClinicalServices.com. Metier Clinical Services, your solution for a healthier you starts here. Consult your healthcare provider before starting any new treatment.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has
Howard's ready.
covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good. More money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One. A clean sweep for all 4 top seeds in the first round of the WNBA playoffs as the Connecticut Sun eliminated the Indiana Fever Wednesday with an 87-81 victory, and the Minnesota Lynx finished off the Phoenix Mercury 101-88. That sets up Sunday's semifinals featuring the New York Liberty versus the Las Vegas Aces and the Connecticut Sun versus the Minnesota Lynx. For more women's sports stories, be sure to subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
The Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
He's been covering the National Football League for
Your life.
50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Howard Balzer joins us now on Fox Sports 910. Howard, before we get into this weekend's game, I want to take us back to last Sunday with the Detroit Lions and just what is your biggest takeaway in that game? I know I'm putting you on the spot on this, but what was your biggest takeaway to why they didn't have a chance to win that game?
Yeah, good question. I think the biggest takeaway really was the inconsistency of the offense and not making plays when they had the opportunity to and not being able to run the ball effectively. And that's really, guys, been the biggest thing in the 2 games that they've lost against Buffalo and Detroit. The running game just wasn't very good, and they had a real lack of, explosive plays of 10 yards or more. And so it affects getting first downs. I mean, and here's the thing, going into last week, the Cardinals were number 1 in the NFL. I realize only 2 weeks, but they were number 1 in the NFL on third down at over 58%. They were 1 for 9 in the game last week. And when you're not moving the chains, and when you're not doing that, you're keeping, your defense is back on the field. And they made their first third down of the game. And then they missed their last 8. And a bunch of them were manageable third downs. But they just weren't able to make those key plays when they had the opportunity. And, heck, you didn't score many points. I mean, they did a nice job on defense in the second half. But you're not going to win too many games in this league scoring only 13 points.
I thought, Howard, the physicality aspect of the offensive line would have been able to match the physicality of the Detroit Lions. I was a little disappointed. I thought they'd built that up, but with Beachum out, Barton in the game, but I thought Barton did a good job. They did a good job protecting Murray, but they just could not match the physicality, which surprised me with this offensive line of the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's like, that was a big reason why they couldn't run. It's like, and it doesn't mean they weren't physical. I think sometimes we look at this from a narrow prism and say, well, they didn't match being physical. Well, I think they were physical, but they just couldn't open the holes and they weren't able to break some runs. And that's a big thing. I mean, you look at Detroit and the way they ran the ball. Obviously, both running backs had big games, but they also had between Montgomery and Gibbs, they combined for 5 runs that totaled 76 yards. And so they weren't huge runs, like 30, 40 yarders, but they were 14, 16, somewhere in there. And those are big plays for an offense when you can move the ball. And the Cardinals just weren't able to make that happen in that game, whether it's physical, whether it's guys not reading the hole right, whether it's Detroit just being a really good team. And so I think all those things combined to create what happened.
And I will say this, I would have thought Drew Petzing might have taken a page out of the Rams offense against Detroit, when they had no running game in that Detroit game, that first game of the year, which Detroit went in overtime, just to kind of dink and duck it down the field. I think, Cooper Kupp had 20 catches. I thought he might have done that. I just was not impressed with any of the play calling in that second half, that he might have borrowed that page to at least get this team down the field.
Yeah, it's just, like you said, whether combination, play calling, execution. I mean, there were some plays there to be made, and they weren't able, to connect for whatever reason. It did seem like they felt like they could get down the field more with some, going down the field more. Like the big interception certainly wasn't a very good decision by Kyler Murray, and so
But yeah, they didn't throw to the backs very much either. And so, I think all those things, it was just one of those games. But I think this, though, it shows that you can have all these things that we're pointing out of didn't work and this and that, and they're still right in the game at the very end against one of the better teams in the National Football League. So but bottom line is, we all know, close only counts. What do they say? And horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, but it's another one-score loss. And right now, when you look at this team, 0-2 in one-score losses this year, 2-5 last season, and so that's 2-7. You have to figure out a way for someone to make a play or not make a bad play to win some of these games and make the plays when you really have to.
Howard Balzer's our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. Howard, take me then to this Sunday. I think when the schedule comes out, they take a look at it, and they always predict, okay, that's a win, that's a loss, that's a win. I think most Cardinal fans would have put in a W against the Washington Commanders. I think that's all changed now with what we saw the Commanders do at Cincinnati last weekend.
And it shows the folly of trying to pick wins and losses in August or July, whenever it is, and that you have any clue where teams are going to be at certain points in the season. And it's not only that game. I mean, Jaden Daniels has been really good for all three games, and he's on a pace. I mean, he's had a passer rating of 90 or higher and completed 70% of his passes or more in each of his three games. And so, but I think it was overlooked a little bit with the week 1 loss, and then week 2, they had to settle 7 field goals, I think, but they still won the game.
2.
And they were moving the football; they just couldn't score touchdowns. But he's played very well, and he found a way to get Terry McLaurin back in the game, back in the offense, and with 2 big catches in that game against Cincinnati on Monday night. And they have a physical offensive line also. We'll see if they're affected at all, but they're not going to have Austin Eckler in this game. I mean, heck, you saw what he did. He only played 13 snaps, and he had a 62-yard kickoff return and a 24-yard touchdown run, had a couple of catches for 22 yards. He was pretty darn productive for only having 13 snaps, but he won't play. And so the Cardinals are obviously going to have some sort of plan, and, I don't think they have a turnover. The Commanders haven't punted since late in the Tampa Bay game in week 1.
Wow.
And so, the defense got to come up big. They've got to play in this game the way they did in the second half against the Lions. They still gave up plays when they could have gotten off the field and had a chance, at the end. But overall, the Lions didn't score any points in the second half. So I'm not saying you have to pitch a shutout in this game, but you better play good defense if you're going to have a chance.
Howard, I mean, the way this offense is going, the offensive coordinator for Washington may get a head coaching job down the road. I mean, he's really putting up some numbers. These OCs always, tend to have good years and then get a head coaching job the next year.
You think he's finally learned, Howard?
He's figuring it out?
Well,
30.
Not bad for a college offense.
Yeah.
And I've always thought, and I'm not saying there wasn't anything to be critical of or to analyze, but I think there's a lot of collective amnesia going on for those who just think that, Cliff Kingsbury was awful. And I mean, that team was humming, at certain points during his tenure, and what obviously affected a lot of stuff when when everybody would go for the lazy narrative. Well, he never was good, in the second half of games or the second half of seasons, right? Well, in those seasons here, I mean, there was the one year where they obviously got off to the great first half, and then you lose J.J. Watt, and you lose DeAndre Hopkins, and Murray's out for a few games, and Chase Edmonds and James Conner are both hurt at different times, and the offensive line was banged up. Rodney Hudson, this was a different team for the last 2 years of Cliff Kingsbury's tenure when Rodney Hudson was on the field and when he wasn't. And so this, but I just kind of chuckle when everybody has this, it's a college offense, it's simplistic and all that, and and all these things. And of course that all comes from people who have coordinated a lot of offenses in their lives. But the way I look at it is Dan Quinn certainly had a feeling of what he was getting when he felt that he wanted to hire Cliff Kingsbury as his offensive coordinator. And there was a couple of other teams in the NFL that were trying to do that also. So, the guy can coach offense, and anybody who doesn't believe that, I don't know what they're watching.
Howard, have a good week, man. Thanks for the time, as always.
My pleasure, guys. Take care.
That's Howard Balzer, USA Today Cards Wider. He's got a bunch of stories up there. You can follow him on Twitter at hbalzer721. Always appreciate his time, as the Arizona Cardinals are favored by 3.5 in this game right now, and the over-under is 50.5, as the 2-1 Commanders will be at State Farm Stadium on Sunday. We'll come back. We'll get you updated on our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day, as we had two of them. Two really good questions today. Well, one in particular, it was only for Jimmy B, because it has to do with the WNBA, because he loves the WNBA.
Uh-huh.
We'll have that for you next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Valley freeways are busy, and most are running up to speed. Now, we do have a couple of problems. 32nd Street at Washington, we have a structure fire. Watch for crews in the area. Also an accident, 16th Street at Broadway.
This report is sponsored by MGM Rewards. Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Beach. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank. Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Got a burning urge to pick games each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Attention Arizona basketball fans. The ultimate Arizona basketball experience is coming to Desert Diamond Arena on October 11th. For the first time ever, the Red Blue Showcase is hitting the road. Join Arizona alum Richard Jefferson and ESPN's Kendrick Perkins as they host this epic event. Catch the team in action with a slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and scrimmage to finish the night. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see Arizona basketball up close. Visit Ticketmaster.com for tickets and details.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit fox910gameday.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked
American
sausage
cheese
or
sauce.
bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked
American
sausage
cheese
or
sauce.
bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
We can handle business and
Your life?
what we have to take care of, and it's right in front of us. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, you got to go up and show up and put it on the field. So, yeah, I'm proud of the guys for sure. This is a big one.
Zach Gallen, after his big win last night, as they will go at it tomorrow. Merrill Kelly will be on the mound for the D-backs. Padres, it's playoff baseball this weekend for the D-backs. This just came across in my email. Okay. And I don't particularly like to blast other media types. This is an individual. And I'm there's a reason why I'm doing this on an AM sports radio show, not doing ESPN, national. And I'm a big time producer, like to do that stuff too. But the Vegas Golden Knights and Scripps, which is basically ABC 15, and Arizona 61 and Arizona 58 are going to be carrying all their games in our market. They're going to carry Golden Knights games.
Wow.
Why would you make a play for Utah?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. No disrespect, Scripps. I'm not watching night games. I'm not. I would watch Utah club games, but I'm not watching those games. They're going to have 55 games. Now, they are going to dive into the community. So this is where I'll take the other side of it and say, okay. They're going to host some youth hockey clinics.
Okay.
There's going to be a Vegas Knights watch party on October 19th at the AZ Ice in Gilbert. I like the fact that they're going to keep pushing hockey in the market. I have a feeling that the Utah club would probably do the same, but they're so new to what they're doing up there.
Yes.
They have some new people, even though they brought in a lot of Yotes folks. But this is the Golden Knights, and granted, they've done a great job in marketing their program, and they've done a good job, but they're also in Montana. They're in Twin Falls. They're in Idaho. They're in northern and southern Nevada. So this is kind of their business plan where they like to create these partnerships in other markets. But I really don't get it's going to be one of those. It'll be like, or for instance, you're home on a Wednesday night and there's nothing on, and you're scrolling up and you come up to channel 61. You're going, it's the Golden Knights. You're going to keep going.
I understand it from.
I totally get it because
you should, from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah, from a geographic standpoint,
yes,
I do
absolutely,
and helping push hockey. But I don't know. Utah missed about. Scripps should have done the deal with Utah.
Yeah, amen.
That's what they should. That's where my argument. Nothing against Vegas. Brilliant.
Oh no.
Hey, let's tap that market.
Yeah.
They're hockey. There's a lot of hockey fans out here.
Yep.
But Utah, man, what? Come on, you should have grabbed that.
Well, talk about forward thinking. I mean, they beat him to the punch.
They really did.
They beat him to the punch.
They got their pants. Their pants are down to their ankles.
Exactly right. You're right. It's right. I'm not going to want, but you know what? They're going to take advantage of an empty market.
Yes.
Hey, why not us go down there and do these clinics?
In Channel 61, which I was one of the first to start that mark when it was WB 61, it was with Channel 3. Now 3 is with 5. I mean, there's been all these changes. They need content. So I get that part of it, but I'm sorry. Utah, you missed the boat, man. Scripps, you should have, if you're spending the money for these broadcasts, because I doubt Vegas is paying for the time. I'm sure it's the other way around. So, anyway, let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call questions today. Who have the most yards of total offense on Sunday? Is it Kyle Murray or Jaden Daniels? The results are?
Kyler Murray, 66.7%. Jaden Daniels, 33.3%.
And now that Caitlin Clark's season is over, will you still be watching the WNBA? Your answers are yes, or your choices are yes, no, definitely I love the game. Jimmy B?
No, 71.4% is a no.
And then Jimmy and like two others are the only ones.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah,
no,
I'm
out now.
Yeah, yes.
You're not watching now?
Nope, I'm out.
I would be.
So if that's the case, can they stop? It's the lead story.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the top story on the right on ESPN headlines yesterday.
It's ad nauseum.
I'm like, give me a break. Stop it.
Yeah,
we don't care. And no disrespect to Diane Taurasi, incredible career.
Yeah.
I hope she goes out on top, and she will. But I don't need that. Don't feed me that stuff.
It is ad nauseum. It is the feature every night, and
It's
nothing
ridiculous.
It's just, and with Caitlin Clark, I look forward to seeing her highlights, watching this young lady play.
She's a phenom.
But other than that, I don't care. Don't force feed me, or something like that. I just don't care.
But here's the thing.
I watch. Actually,
that's somebody who played it, and that's a female saying that, not me being biased.
I understand.
Thank you for the disclaimer. But
neither.
You're sexist, Manuch. Rock. You guys.
In my ear saying, "Oh my gosh!" Now she loves Caitlin. She said she's awesome.
There you go.
But seriously, a former college basketball player can't watch it because it's such a bad product.
You watch, the ratings now will be in the tank.
Yeah,
because Clark did not advance, and they lost to a much better team.
The fact you even know that,
Connecticut is a much better team.
By the way,
than Indiana.
Caitlin Clark took the high road on the poke in the eye the other night.
She did.
She's not just basketball. That gal is so classy and has taken the high road on so many things, getting body slammed here and there. She's been phenomenal this year.
Who do we got tomorrow, Manuch?
Tomorrow we'll get going with Sean Salisbury. He'll join us. Kevin Rowe will join us. Roxy Bernstein will also join us. And then Eric Moses of the Fiesta Bowl.
Scott Spreitzer back?
Scott Spreitzer's back manana.
Good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So I got some. I need some help.
You need a little help, Rob.
Bets. I'm just getting absolutely killed.
Yeah, your dogs are getting hammered, man.
My favorites are doing all right.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to thank Twin Peaks for having
20?
us as always. Don't forget to get in our contest. Just text Peaks to 59925. Everything's up on our new improved website at rockandmanuch.com. Check it out.
10.
We put a lot of work and effort into it. We'd love to get some feedback. That's rockandmanuch.com. We'll see you back here.